heavy snow, ice, rain, and severe weather expected to affect much of the country. Bob Oravec, a lead forecaster with the National Weather Service, says snow could reach 2 feet near Lake Superior.
Part of the storm system is getting heavy snow. Parts of the other parts of the storm along the cold front are getting higher winds and much colder temperatures.
Holiday travel taking a hit, especially flights at Chicago, O'Hare, Minneapolis, St. Paul, and New York's 3 major airports. Oravec also says a weather pattern known as a blue norther will end days of record warmth in the south, bringing a sudden drop in temperatures. I'm Julie Walker.
After meeting with Ukraine's president in Florida, President Trump says Ukraine and Russia are closer than ever to a peace deal to finally end their long-running war.
However, the president also cautioned that negotiations could still break down and leave the war dragging on for years. Ukrainian President Zelensky, who said his country is ready for peace, said Donald Trump had agreed to host European leaders again, possibly at the White House sometime in January.
White House correspondent Craig Clugston. Today, Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu arrives at Mar-a-Lago for talks with President Trump. They'll discuss what's next for the Gaza peace plan, with the more complicated Phase 2 of the plan due for implementation. FBI Director Patel says Somali fraud suspects in Minnesota may face denaturalization and potentially deportation. On Wall Street, Dow futures down 123. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What if 2026 could be the best year ever for your retirement? It can when you take control of your financial future with physical precious metals. Call Advantage Gold at 800-741-GOLD right now and get your free gold rollover kit valued at $49, yours just for calling. More Americans than ever are discovering the power of rolling over a portion of their IRA or 401k into physical gold and silver. With a simple, tax and penalty-free rollover, you can add stability, security, and strength to your retirement. In times of inflation, uncertainty, or market swings, gold has been a steady, tangible, proven store of value. And in 2026, it could be the key to building the retirement you've always imagined. That's why so many people trust Advantage Gold, the #1 rated gold IRA company in America for 10 years running. Call 800-741-GOLD to get your free gold rollover kit. Call 800-741-GOLD and let 2026 be the year you finally take control. Consult your financial advisor before investing. Call 800-741-GOLD.
2 Southeast Asian neighbors are talking in China. They're hoping to end a serious border disagreement.
Foreign ministers from Cambodia and Thailand have convened with their Chinese counterpart to discuss the hardening tensions between the 2 Southeast Asian countries. The trilateral meeting is being held in a southwestern Chinese province north of the region, where the border dispute is still simmering, although 2 days ago Thailand and Cambodia signed a fresh ceasefire agreement. It ended weeks of fighting that killed more than 100 people and forced hundreds of thousands of others to be evacuated on both sides of the border. Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi has called for joint efforts to promote regional peace, stability and development. I'm Charles de la Desma.
It's been a deadly train wreck in Mexico. At least 13 people killed, almost 100 injured in the train derailment. News and analysis at townhall.com. It's the end of an era for strap hangers in the Big Apple.
In New York City, the subway and bus Metro card is going away, just like the token did decades before. By the end of the year, you won't be able to buy or refill one, and sometime next year, you won't even be able to use one. But there are some, including groups of senior citizens and even New York Transit Museum curator Jody Shapiro, bemoaning that change.
As a native New Yorker, I feel all the feels like people do. I don't want something that works to go away, but I also recognize that it's a technology that's a little bit past due and needs to be replaced.
The new Omni system lets you tap with a credit card, phone, or any other smart device. Julie Walker, New York.
One pilot was killed, the other hospitalized with serious injuries. Follows yesterday's mid-air collision of 2 helicopters. It happened in the skies over southern New Jersey. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The Travelician, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy final Monday of 2025.
It's the final Monday. Yep. Welcome to it.
Merry in between Christmas
That's
and
right.
New Year's.
We have reached what I've heard referred to recently as the Crimbo Limbo.
Yes.
The limbo between Christmas and New Year's where, historically speaking, just not a lot happens.
Yeah. Although around here, I just call it basketball tournament.
Yeah,
because that's kind of the big deal in Roswell. Of course, today, the Pocorn tournament and the Goddard Holiday Invitational tournament will get underway. We will have all of the games from both tournaments available to you via the video at ksdptv.com. Now, only your local teams, Roswell, Goddard, and so forth, they're going to have announcers on those broadcasts, whereas the other games that don't involve those teams will be on there, no announcers, so you can announce your own game.
Because we like to give the kids a voice, but only the kids that we choose.
We want to give our announcers a break so they're not calling games all day, all week.
Yeah, because that's really what it's a wall of games all week long.
Because there's going to be literally at 1:30 today the Goddard tournament kicks underway, and it's going to be wall-to-wall games. Pocorn will officially get underway at 6 p.m. tonight. And again, ksvptv.com will have all the games. Now, if you want to if you got the time, go get a pass. You can get a pass to see all the games at both tournaments and enjoy basketball all day right there. Eat copious amounts of food at those places to support the boosters and things like that. It's a great way to help out. And the Optimists do an amazing job every year of hosting the Pocorn. So Plan A would be to go out there and enjoy the festivities at both the Roswell and Goddard gyms. They're going to have games at both gyms, either Goddard, Roswell, all day, every day for the next several days. So, go check out some games. Go see it.
If you are a kettle corn maker, and I say that because I actually, while I was in Oklahoma, I actually passed a dedicated kettle corn food truck. If you are a kettle corn maker, you could do some pretty good business setting up right outside of the Pocorn tournament and selling official Pocorn kettle corn.
You might get someone in trouble.
It's a fun time snack, I'm telling you.
I don't know. Is it going to be right off the school property?
You know what? Here's what you do. At Roswell High specifically, there was, and I don't remember exactly what the street is, but there's a corner right across the street from Roswell High that was designated the Smoker's Corner when I was in school.
Back in the day.
So set up on Smoker's Corner. Anybody who went to Roswell High knows exactly where that's at.
Well, a certain age. I don't know if time is...
Anybody from my era who went to Roswell High knows where that's at.
Yeah.
And sell your Pocorn kettle corn.
There you go.
Po kettle corn. It's delicious.
Of course, everyone, welcome back to the week, and thank you for tuning in here. I know some of you enjoying your day off here and things. They got the week off. Others, we got that, again, it's that short work week where you're going to, you got to work a little longer this week. But
I'm assuming even sales is pretty much just like, we're done.
Yeah. And so, but there's going to be a little bit of action this week. They got to do so enjoy your hopefully lighter workload week for most people.
Indeed.
But so how was your Christmas?
Christmas was good. We left out pretty much directly after the morning show on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Drove all the way all day, got to our destination shortly after nightfall, after the sun went down.
So not too bad.
Here's the thing. The roads, especially just like in Oklahoma City and beyond, like the metro and beyond, become chaos after the sun goes down because everybody in the area drives an F-350 or bigger, and they have these headlights that I guarantee could see through concrete.
Yeah.
And they're barreling at me at like 80 miles an hour. So everything was fine all the way up until we got there.
Yeah.
The exit to where my sister lives is one of those kind of squirrely exits.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you blink, you miss it.
Right.
Well, I blinked.
And you missed it.
I missed it, kind of.
Okay.
I said, oh, there's our exit. And I took it, and I was a little off.
Oh.
And I went straight towards the
median or the divider?
Steel divider.
Yeah.
Swerved my car, fishtailed it out of that way, swerved the other way, got myself back steadied. And
I'm pretty sure I've seen that video on TikTok a couple times.
You might have. I went back a day or so later and literally could see like where I was inches away from just barreling into steel. My kids losing their mind.
I imagine I'm sure I could picture Rhiannon's just
Yeah.
Hunter is going to be a little more chill about it.
Hunter was kind of like, all right, let's see where this goes.
Yeah. Rhiannon's probably.
Hunter's like, you know what? I lived a good life. But no, all was good. Didn't get a scratch on the thing.
Good.
Made it safe, and Christmas was it was good. Got to see pretty much the entire family.
Good.
The kids, and so on.
Everybody doing good?
Everybody's good. It's weird. It's a weird dynamic in my sister's house because all of her kids, because my sister has 4 kids, a set of triplets, and her daughter Ella. All of her kids are at least 18,
okay,
if not almost 21.
So they're adults now.
They're adults, and so they've got their own thing. They've got they were coming and going. One of them I only saw like a few times.
Sure.
But also I bring young kids, so that kind of like, they have to kind of like slum it with my kids for a few days.
Hang out with your cousin.
And it alters the dynamic. Luckily, my brother's kids are around my kids' age. And so they play well.
So they can get along.
Yeah, they work well together. But all in all, it was a good time. I did manage to. I'll have to break this out a little later. I made a few purchases while I was away.
Oh yeah.
Okay, first of all, we went to so while I was at my sister's house, I tried this. She has this Korean market that she frequents.
Okay.
And this market makes a special kind of kimchi that I've never had before.
Because when I go to Oklahoma, I think kimchi.
You know what? They have a strong Korean community in Midwest City, right outside Oklahoma City. So it's made with not like, how kimchi is made with cabbages. This is made with daikon radishes. So it's like thick. It was so good.
Okay.
So my sister took me to the place where she got this.
Yeah.
I get a big jar of this kimchi to bring home. I was so happy. I was so excited. So I get to a further destination on the trek home.
Yeah.
As I'm loading the car with more stuff, the bag with the jar falls out of my car and shatters in the parking lot.
And kimchi stinks.
It's bad. It was like setting off a bomb. I'm like, because I had
next thing you know, hazmat's being called.
I had it inside of a vacuum. Well, not a vacuum seal. I self-vacuum sealed a Ziploc bag inside of 2 other bags. And I guess the glass cut through all that because
cuts like a knife.
Whew, yeah, it was rough. I disposed. I was like, it's still savable. It's not.
Well,
it wasn't.
For the sake of your kids, I'm sure they're happy.
Oh, I'm sure they
would pay for that later.
Oh yeah, of course.
Because the way kimchi goes in smelling, it comes out smelling.
Here's the thing. Now I'm on a mission. Now I'm gonna find somebody who can make this for me. All that.
Can they ship some kimchi to you?
I might be able to get it shipped. I'm gonna find out. But all that being said,
did you even get to try any?
Yeah, at my sister's house before I made the purchase.
So you know what it tastes like.
Oh, exactly, and that makes it so much worse.
Okay.
Because I had my mouth all set up for some kimchi. Anyways, I made a couple of purchases that I thought would be interesting to try right here on the radio.
All right.
And they are, I believe, in my car. So
no kimchi, unfortunately.
No kimchi. So I will go grab those, and at some point we can have a snack time today.
Okay. Well,
one in particular that I'm very curious to see how you handle it.
Okay. Well, folks, today's a guest-free show, so we'll replay a couple interviews. We'll chit-chat this hour. I got to talk about my Christmas. Yeah. It's not as fun as Sean. I will tell you that right now. So it's been quite possibly the worst Christmas ever. But anyway, I'll get into that here in a little bit. But Well, and then I'll replay my interview we had with Amy last week. She does talk the Christmas message and all that, but which we're still in the season. We're gonna go. We're gonna go with that, even though it's after. We're in the season, and but talk about New Year's, and we'd get involved in that, and then in the 9 o'clock hour, we'll play our interview we had last week with Carl Shelton and Ethan Parman from the Conquistador Council. Kind of the same thing, just holiday wishes, but also. Talking about 2026. So we'll play those interviews. But yeah, we'll chit chat this hour. And unfortunately, or fortunately, I guess you could say, is I got a lot of TV that's happened over the Christmas holiday that I have a chance to see zero of. So I got all the Stranger Things I haven't messed with yet. I didn't even see Landman last night. So I got that. I think I got the final Mayor of Kingstown to watch. Does that come out, Jocelyn? All right, that's a nod. That's a nod of happiness right there. That's a happy
nod.
Have you watched it yet? Yeah. Okay. Because they ended like on a cliffhanger in the last episode.
Is it the penultimate? Is it like the next to last of the season?
Yeah, I knew it was a season finale. Yeah,
penultimate episodes always tend to have like a whole lot of heavy hitters.
But it was like I kind of thought the last episode they were wrapping it up, and you were like, okay, and then all of a sudden. Hold my beer. Sister, you're on 4. No, you're on. Yeah, you're on 4.
Can you hear me?
And,
yeah, I can.
Sorry, it's like 7 Mondays. Yeah.
I know it seems like we work and then we don't work and then we work and.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Christmas seems like 2 years ago to me right now. I'm like, oh, Chris. Yeah, that was like 4 days. Wait a minute, you sure that was like back in whatever.
The whole weekend happened between that.
Yeah. So I'm excited. I got a lot of TV to check out. You know what I did catch over the Christmas holiday? And I was very impressed with it. Now, I know you two aren't going to be the target audience on this one, but I watched that Kevin Costner's The First Christmas thing that he put on ABC. It showed up on ABC like a week or two before Christmas.
Right.
It's on Hulu.
Okay.
To me, I liked it. It's basically what he did. It's a documentary style, like something you'd watch on History Channel almost, where it's high-valued reenactments with professors and so forth, kind of talking about it. But the cool part is, it's basically talking. It's the first Christmas, but it's almost like in elementary school when you did the Christmas play with the birth of Jesus. Yeah. At least I did. I wasn't at Catholic school, but I know probably not so much in public schools. But anyway, basically it's kind of telling that story and but also giving you the truth and reality versus for instance, like the wise men. How they were the group called the Magi, and they're basically, these guys are astronomers. They study the stars. They study, that's their thing. The planets. That's what they do. And when Jesus was born, they knew the sign that the Messiah was going to turn. New star would go.
Sure.
And the Star of Bethlehem. That was the wise men signal. There's the bat signal. So now they're going to follow the star, but. In our plays and all the little thing, there's like the shepherds show up, the wise men are like, and everybody's in the kumbaya. And that was like 2 years later before the wise men showed up.
Really?
In reality.
See, well, that's the thing is in any kind of passion play that gets put on like by a church, you always have there's an order of things.
Yeah.
It's like no room at the inn. Here's the stable. Yeah. And so here come the animals.
And they talk about all of that too.
Yeah.
They're like, well, in all honesty, there probably was no inn. And, this was, and to be honest, indoors was a luxury wherever it was. Right. And more than likely, they went back and they were probably staying with Joseph's family. There was no inns. There wasn't, it wasn't like a saloon you can roll up in.
So
and all
it truly was the first Christmas because Joseph was making his family uncomfortable with his wife and his new baby.
And so they and so more than likely it was a cave, and because of Jewish practices, she couldn't be with it. It had to be separate, the customs to do all that. But and the fact that they were turned away, none of that was true. More than likely, they were welcomed and as much as one can. Yes, they probably said the best place was where with the animals were down because they had these caves. Bethlehem's known for these caves where they keep the animals, they keep for protection and things like that. And so more than likely, that's where all this went down in one of those. Okay. But where in today's standards, that would be considered, oh man, that's par for the course.
Okay, so I'm pushing for next year, real life nature, like real life like nativity scene.
Yeah.
Like we'll set it in a cave. We'll have them all we'll have like cave animals like bats and stuff. And that'll be the new nativity.
Right. And plus the other part I liked about it is towards the beginning because we all would talk about, the birth of Jesus and Virgin Mary and Joseph. Well, in reality, that almost broke up their marriage. Like, or the potential marriage. Because, she disappears and comes back a teenager saying she's got a kid and all this. And Joseph's like, look, I'm not going to, I'm not going to besmirch you in public, but.
I can't show my face down at the pub.
Yeah. So until Gabriel came upon him and said, hold your horses, don't divorce her. Don't leave out her. You're part of the deal here. Let's tell you what's going on. And so it really said, because, I remember as a kid, we just, everyone just accepts it, and it's like, no, she's a mother out of wedlock that's pregnant. What's going on? That's a big deal.
But that had to come up. In the story of the Bible, we go from like birth of Jesus to like Jesus as like, I think there's like a couple stories, him as like a teenager and then an adult. There had to be some periods of time where Jesus threw it in Joseph's face. Mm-hmm. You're not my real dad!
Yeah. But that's why I thought it was really, because it kind of put a practicality to the story. Like something, because, we always make it with these, in movies, everything's do-do-do, follow the old girl, boom, boom, everything just kind of bam, bam, bam. And they always present that story the same way. And I'm like, well.
It's kind of funny, though, how we tighten the story to make it in a story that's tellable, and in that polishing, it's completely altered the history of the event as we know it.
And but it really does and it also gets a great job into Herod, the king of the Jews that went mad, that's trying to hunt and kill all the babies because he's hunting down Jesus because the wise men basically outed Jesus to, and that they explain all of that in there, and it's really interesting. So after Jesus' birth, they went to Egypt. And then they brought him back to Nazareth because God basically told Joseph, get the kid out of Dodge. This guy's about to rain some hell on people. And he took the baby to Egypt. They took the baby to Egypt, and then God sends them and then they go back and raise him in Nazareth. So hence the Jesus of Nazareth.
Interesting. That might be interesting
it's really
to watch.
Good. It almost gives a historical angle to it, which me, I'm kind of a mark for that stuff. So and so I recommend. It's a 2-hour deal. It's on Hulu. It's
nice.
It's pretty good. It's 7:22. Let's go ahead and take some breaks and what have you, and then I'll break up the party. It is 7:23. Time for your weather. Hold on, I got to get back into my mouse using all this on this new computer. Hold on, there it is.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. A winter weather advisory in effect around Roswell today. But for Carlsbad and Artesia, it's a winter storm warning. We could pick up 1 to 3 inches of snowfall. We'll stay in the low to mid 30s today. A little bit less snow around Roswell. For tonight, the snow showers continue. We're in the mid 20s. Back to sunshine on Tuesday with highs in the upper 40s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 30 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 61%. Winds are out of the north at 5 miles per hour. As you heard there, we have a winter weather advisory for today. It'll kick in. It actually says, I guess it's officially in effect now. It said something about 7:23, and I'm like, okay, well, that's now. And then it goes through 11 p.m. this evening. We do have a good chance we're going to see some snow today, but I don't think it's going to accumulate too much. They're saying we're looking at showers and snow likely here between 8 a.m. and 2 p.m. this afternoon. Our high is only supposed to hit 33 today. South winds at around 5 miles per hour. 60% chance of snow, but they're expecting less than an inch today. So, although an inch around here kind of feels like a lot, but that's what they're saying. Tonight, we're looking at a 30% chance of snow showers before 8. I could see some areas of freezing fog before 5 o'clock overnight overnight. Cloudy, then gradually becoming partly cloudy with an overnight low of 25. South winds at around 5 miles per hour. They say little or no snow accumulation is expected to leave overnight here. For tomorrow, you're going to wake up with some areas of freezing fog before 8. Otherwise, mostly sunny for today. We'll hit near 50, 49 officially. A little different, huh? It was 80s and all that as early as, Friday, Saturday? not so much today. Calm winds out of the south at around 5 miles per hour. Tuesday night, we're looking at partly cloudy skies, overnight low of 24. South winds at around 5 miles per hour. Warming up to the upper 50s on Wednesday, mostly for New Year's Eve. 58 for a high there. Winds out of the south at around 5 miles per hour for New Year's Eve. Mostly cloudy. Overnight low of 34. So if you're going to have your ringing in the New Year stuff outdoors, probably want to bundle up a little bit. New Year's Day on Thursday, there is a 20% chance of snow showers before 11. Partly cloudy. High of 68. Thursday night, clear with an overnight low of 42. And then Friday, 71. Sunny skies at 71. We're all going to have colds. That's just what's going to happen. We're going to be 40s at 20 now. It's going to be 71 on Friday. And then the weekend, 70 on Saturday, 69 on Sunday. So chilly here, but warming up by the weekend a little bit. All right, it is 7:26. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we'll be back on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Looking to start, continue, or complete your higher education journey? Join the more than 6,000 fellow Greyhounds on their journey to student success. Eastern New Mexico University offers the most affordable higher education degree in the Southwest, and New Mexico residents can go to school tuition-free with the New Mexico Opportunity Scholarship. With online or in-person degrees, ENMU is the right choice for you. For more information, visit enmu.edu. ENMU, student success. That's what we're about.
Get away and save during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event at Roswell Hyundai. Now through the end of the year, get 0% APR for 60 months on new Hyundai Tucsons, Tucson Hybrids, Santa Fe's, and Santa Fe Hybrids. But that's not all. Now through the end of the year at Roswell Hyundai, get no payments for 90 days. Don't forget that every new Hyundai comes with Hyundai Assurance, so you can buy with confidence. So before you get away, get to the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event on now at Roswell Hyundai, 1909 West 2nd.
Artesia General Hospital presents your Fall and Winter Health Checklist. Fall and winter are beautiful seasons, but they're also cold and flu season. So here are a few quick tips to help keep you healthy. Tip number 1, hand hygiene. It's your first line of defense. Wash for 20 seconds with warm water and soap. Tip 2, holiday food strategy. Fill half your dish with fruits and veggies first. Pick lean meats and save room for just one dessert you'll really enjoy. Tip 3, protect your skin. Heaters dry the air, so moisturize daily and drink plenty of water. Healthy choices now mean more energy and a happier winter. These healthy living reminders are brought to you by Artesia General Hospital, ready to help take care of you and your family.
At Richland Motors, it's never been easier to sell or trade your current car, truck, or SUV for a newer model to hit the road in. Even if you don't purchase from Richland, they want to buy your vehicle for top dollar. But if you do buy from Richland, don't forget, they're the home of the powertrain warranty for life. That's a whole lot of confidence for you. See Richland for details. 2nd and Sycamore and 1309 Southeast Main.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. A group of 12 or more cows is called a flank. If you have only 11 cows, that's called a lot of cow pies. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 28 minutes after 7 o'clock. Happy Monday to everybody here. So, we were kind of talking a little bit about everybody's Christmases. Unfortunately for our family, it was not a pleasant holiday. I don't think I really talked much about it on the radio here. It's been kind of... our family's been dealing with some health issues with Kim's family, our family, Kim's sister. Back in July, Kim's sister, Amy, Kim has her mom and dad, they were divorced when she was very young. And so Kim has a sister with her mom's side, Amy. On her dad's side of the family, she has 2 sisters and a brother, or a stepsister, and then a half sister, half brother, and then the other half sister, Amy. Well, Amy, her sister on her mother's side, she had appendicitis back over the summer, and So they went to have her appendix removed, and they found cancer in there. And they found the cancer. They said it was aggressive type, but curable. And Amy is young. She was 44 years old. She very healthy. She ran marathons. She was. I mean, she wasn't like a guru. She wasn't drinking green thing. She was just lived a healthy lifestyle. And she was active. Very she was. And so we were very optimistic. We got this. We got this. Well, she was going through her. So basically, the appendix, and then the appendix. They found the cancer there, and then they'd found some more cancer in her ovaries when they did some exploratory stuff, and so they removed all that. But she went into chemo, and she was going through her chemo here through the fall, and she was going to finish up her last chemo round here in January, probably in a week or two here. And we saw her at Thanksgiving. She looked great. She was the cancer was anytime you do chemo, it's a toll. It takes a lot, and the chemo was taking its toll on her. She looked obviously a lot sicklier than she would 6 months earlier, but she looked good. She was happy. She was jovial. She was Amy. She was Amy, just a little thinner and a little more feeble. Well, about a week before Christmas here, maybe a week and a half before Christmas here, she was very feeling her stomach was in pain. It was distended, bloated, and so they took her to the hospital, and it turned out that when they drained her stomach, that it was full of cancer, and the cancer had gone there, and then it turned out it spread to her liver, and this thing went from it's curable to you've got a year or two to live. And then days later, we're like, well, we don't even have that. This cancer, and I don't know the name. Everyone knows the name. I don't know it off the top of my head. But it's apparently a very, very aggressive cancer. And basically it took her out in a very, very quick time. And so so she was basically given a year to two to live, and we were up until last week we were trying to get her into MD Anderson in Houston, and actually what they were doing was that she was in Albuquerque at the hospitals there, but they were in direct link with the MD Anderson folks in Houston they were actually in the process of taking her a sample or whatever from her stomach to Boston so they could create a cocktail that's going to be specific for her type of cancer and all this. But this thing got so aggressive that we were fighting, and then Christmas Day, she said, I'm done. She said, I'm done, and I want to go home. And she was in the hospital. So we respected her wishes and brought her home. The part that's really messed with you was the fact that it went so fast. It was like we got this diagnosis in July, and it was like, oh, you got this. This is it. I mean, yeah, we're sad. No, obviously, no one's going to be like, all right, cancer, no biggie, we got this.
Right.
But I felt if there's anybody on this world that's going to beat this one, it's her. She's healthy. She's young. She's stubborn enough to literally kick it out of her body. Mm-hmm. She's that type of person. So I was feeling this is speed bump. We got this.
Right.
And it just went south so quick. And I have never seen someone go from that to a couple days ago here in that short amount of time. It just blew me away. But anyway, so Christmas Day, she said, I want home. And Kim and I stayed. We were going to go down to Albuquerque for Christmas, but everyone was at the thing. And at the time, we're still thinking they're going. So we're like, well, we'll hang here. Mm-hmm. And, that'd be one less. Plus, we have a cat. We talked about that. And we didn't want to leave her alone. And like that, we're not throwing that into the mix of all this nonsense, too. So Christmas Day, we're there, we're at home, we're just kind of chilling, Kim and I, just a quiet Christmas. And then she talked to her mom and told us that she's coming home. We're like, oh, man. But at that point, we didn't think we had days. We thought we had a couple weeks.
Sure.
And early Friday morning, Kim was talking with her mom, and they said they don't expect her to live through the weekend. And we're like, oh, man. So we booked it to Albuquerque.
Right.
And here's the part. Yes, this is arguably the most awful Christmas I think I've ever had. But it was weirdly beautiful at the same time. And I know that sounds like you're like, what the hell are you talking about, Mike?
I understand.
Let me explain. So, like I said, she demanded that she's done fighting. She wants to be home, spend time, whatever time she's got left, with family, friends, and make it. So we got down there Friday, I guess it was. We came, we booked it down Friday morning, and basically everyone came and said goodbye. That was Friday. Hospice was there. They got her a bed that they set up basically in the living room there. And so she kind of hung out in there, and they had her just feeding her morphine or whatever meds that, to keep her comfortable.
Yeah.
And, but it was a weirdly nice time. Now granted, she was, and I don't want to say this to sound morbid or anything, but this is just the facts of what was going on. When you saw her at this point, you could tell the body was transitioning to death. And anybody that has experienced this knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's where we were at. You could just see the body is now transitioning to prepare for that to happen. And so she was heavily sedated, but there was still moments of lucidity, moments like, she would, like, you saw Amy, you saw the personality, you saw the story. She's smiling, she's joking, she's, living, and that was what Friday was. We got, people got to say goodbye. People, and as sad as that moment is, at the same time, it was so cathartic.
And you got to have it. How many people are robbed of that last moment, those chances to I hear so many people say, if only I had one more chance to just say I love you or say something to those people, and you guys had that opportunity. And so I understand where yes, it's a beautiful and a cathartic thing. And I think also apropos, something that we're kind of talking about off the air is it almost seemed like the way you were describing it, the weather was sort of like affecting kind of everything that was going on.
It was very much the moment. Friday was beautiful. It was a nice day. We were all there. And so we had our day, and we were, chit-chatting, and they'd call friends. They had people coming in. We, see people we hadn't seen in years that were coming to visit too. And so we just kind of hung out there in the day and just visited and all that. And, as much as she could handle, because obviously she comes and goes. And and then when it starts to get crowded, we're like, well, let's get out of here. There's too many people.
Right.
Let's let other people do. And so it was kind of that type of day. And then, we went home for the evening, and then we were going to come back Saturday morning, as soon as it happened. And then around 7 a.m., we were up. Kim's folks were actually getting cleaned up in the shower and getting kind of ready for the day. And then Tanner, Amy's husband, my brother-in-law, called and said it happened. And during the night, they asked, Amy wanted to be taken to her own bed. And so Tanner got her up into her bed, and they slept that night together in the bed there. I think Tanner said he gave her some morphine about 4 a.m., and she you want some more? No, I'm good. And then he dozed off a little bit. When he woke up a little after 7, he saw that she had passed. So somewhere between, I'd say 5 and 7 a.m. is when she finally passed there. But it was, and so Saturday it was the sad day. That was the day of mourning, and we kind of, and here's the part this is the part that why I'm so mad, and this is so unfair, and this is where I feel for my wife and the family so much. I mean, I'm sad. I miss Amy. I loved Amy too, but you know, it's a little different. This is not. She's not my daughter. She's not my sister.
Right.
I ache for the kids. Amy's 44 years old. Man. She was 44. Kim, remember I was talking about her sisters and all that? With the last 5 years, she lost her other sister on her dad's side, who's about 38, to cancer. Kim has lost both of her sisters to cancer. Her dad died from cancer a couple years before that. My dad died from cancer. We've been dealing with nothing but the people dropping dead from cancer in the last 6, 8, 10 years.
Yeah.
It's just really, I'm sick of it. I'm really sick of it. And
it's the one thing that, you know, has no bias, has no race, you know, knows no hatred towards any person or, you know, people. It's universal.
Yeah.
And it's evil.
And the one time I thought we're going to beat this one, I thought this is the one.
Right.
I mean, with my dad, I mean, he's a man in his 60s. Things, you know, this is, you know, same with Kim's dad. You know, these are older folks, so they're you know, not as healthy to fight. Kim's other younger sister, 38, who died, she had a great chance, I think, but I think her problem was she waited too late to get, and by the time she did something about it, it was too late to do something about it. I think that was part of the deal there. But Amy, I'm like, no, she's a marathon runner. She's early. She's healthy. We're going to kick cancer in the ass on this.
Right.
And it didn't happen. And so my reflection is all this is none of us I mean, we always say it, no one guaranteed tomorrow. I got physical evidence of it this time. And it's just like, if anybody was going to beat this thing, it was her. And when it didn't, it shook us all. Sure. It shook us. And so that's what I'm most sad for is the family, because they've just been dealing with too much cancer. And with Kim particularly, because, you know, and because she's dealing with mom and dad's side, and, you know, where Amy and them, yes, they know and respect Kim's sister, but they're not close because they don't share a parent per se, you know, like that. They're not in each other's bubble so much, you know. They're this side of the family's bubble, this side of the family's bubble. They don't. Kim's the gel in between. So she's experienced both sides of that, and so yeah, that's it. And so Saturday it was the day morning we all kind of did, and then we, you know, and I feel so bad for Ronnie and Terry, my in-laws. They're, you know, you're not supposed to bury your kids, man. No. And you're just not. And that's what they had to deal with today. And she has 2 children. Her oldest daughter is going to graduate high school here in the June. Her youngest daughter is in middle school. Both amazing women, young ladies. Now put in the card. Ty looks like an adult. She ain't a woman yet. Young lady. She's still a high school kid. But and so I feel for them. Tanner, her husband, he was a rock. I mean, he's right. I think, to be honest, Saturday he was emotional, but he wasn't, like, he was handling it very well for what he was being. Part of that is he's a police officer. He's used to being in high stress situations.
You have to.
And I think part of it too, because he's been
your lip.
He's been through this thick and thin, and even as quick as this happened, when she passed, there is that sense of relief. There's still that the suffering's over.
Right.
The you know, as quick as it's happened, this wasn't something that was drawn out for years. I mean, in 6 months, she went from top form to no longer with us in 5 months, basically. And so. Man. And so, but it still was a relief when we heard, and to some extent, because that suffering's gone. But I guess just hold your loved ones close. Man.
Absolutely,
you never know how much longer you have with folks on that are around you, and God showed me that this weekend.
Absolutely, the holidays have this weird juxtaposition where it's almost you feel forced into happiness, into this, like, put a smile on, but there's so much sadness behind it for so many people.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things that crystallizes the season.
Yeah.
In that this season will never be the same. And I know that you already have, you know, issues around this time of year with with folks passing.
Kim and I hate the month of October. Even though her birthday's in October.
Right.
that seems now. Granted, my dad bucked the system. He died November 1st, and then Amy through Christmas here. But everyone else dropped in the October time frame. Right. But we still, the fall sucks for us. We hate them.
That's such a bummer that it takes that joy out of that season. But honestly, it takes away the veneer. Mm-hmm. There's so much of this like we're happy, but the reality of the situation, the reality of life is that sadness exists, and it takes the kind of the veneer off of it.
Well, and I'm a little worried that when we talk about windows and time frames here, I hope this doesn't ruin Christmas for the girls,
right?
For Cam and Ty, because now every Christmas they're gonna think about that's when I lose my mom. You know what I mean? And that's I hope I'm gonna. This is what. My reality will probably, I hope, it would happen on this is, yes, they're always going to think that. Mm-hmm. But once they're moms themselves, I think that's going to go away. I hope that would go away.
It will, but it'll also kind of strengthen, I think, the family bond. This is something that and my dad didn't pass on any specific holiday or around any specific holiday, but in my dad's passing in the 20 plus years since, it sort of crystallized that time as at least we're all thinking about it. Every one of us is, thinking about it, posting. At some points, we try to get together around that point. So that it solidifies that Christmas season as, the two sisters, when they become mothers themselves, it's more important to come together for the holidays to spend time together because of what they've experienced.
Yeah, I agree. It is. And as far as their Ty, the older one, she's emotional, but
sure,
both kids are handling it amazingly well for considering the deck of cards they just got.
She was Ty is the traveling athlete, right?
Yes, she plays volleyball.
Right.
Well, she's kind of hanging up her cleats now. I think she's done volleyball now that she's graduating high school and she's not pursuing like she was on the clubs and all that.
Sure.
She's turning her attentions to focusing her attention to other pursuits at this point. But so she's kind of hanging up her cleats there, or I guess they don't wear cleats in volleyball, sneakers. I don't know. Shorts, whatever delineates volleyball stuff. but it's so now she's going to go to UNM. So she's going to stay in the dorms and stuff, but she's home.
Right.
She's literally.
Is she's not going to any kind of sports scholarship or anything? She's
no. She's okay. I think she's got scholarships and things, but she's not doing athletics. She's going to she may do. Who knows? Once she gets time, she may do some club activities or something. But no, she's not on a scholarship for volleyball or she's there on her academics. But she decided that was her, and this was all set before that, because she was looking at tech, she's looking at, but UNM is and they're Lobo fans, and I think of course her mom went to UNM, so there is a and Tanner, so there is a family connection.
Sure.
So she's going to UNM and she's gonna. So the good news is, even though she's not living at the house, she will be nearby,
close,
and so that'll be great for Cam and Tanner.
Absolutely.
I think I don't know for certain, and I'm not trying to air it, but I think my brother-in-law is going to retire here from the Santa Fe Police. I think he was with Albuquerque Police, but being a single parent now, the last thing he wants to be is a cop on the beat.
Oh, I understand completely.
So that's not fair to, and makes sense.
Right.
Everyone else is going to be, I'm sure his parents and everybody else like, let's not be a cop no more.
Nope.
You dad's priority one. So that's kind of where he's.
Especially if he's to the point where he's, earned his pension. And
he'll be able to collect some retirement. So his idea is kind of, obviously there's going to be some insurance check, with a passing. There's so some of this will help with that.
Right.
But he's just ideally get a part-time job and, just be there for Cam, the youngest, and Ty, obviously, but raise Cam some more, as a full-time dad here. That's kind of, I think that's they've been talking a little bit about this, and Amy was, and then there's another thing too, is Amy, she got to explain exactly what she wanted as far as her arrangements and things. We're not having a funeral service or anything. We're going to have a celebration. Her birthday's St. Patrick's Day. I've told this. Amy's birthday's St. Patrick's Day. Kim's birthday's Halloween. They have this weird holiday birthday thing. So on St. Patty's Day, or right there, we're going to have everyone's going to go up to Albuquerque and we're going to have a big celebration of life. And we're all going to probably drink and party and remember Amy. And that's what she wants. That's what we're going to do.
There you go.
But
it's the way it ought to be.
And so we got that kind of thing planned, and
I'm glad that she had that time to put everything into place.
Yeah.
You know, that she was able to. It wasn't rushed. I mean, it was rushed, but it wasn't so rushed that she wasn't able to kind of set things up for what was going to happen.
The one that kind of hurts, and you know, and all hurts. I mean, but there was something that it was one of these circle moments, and I might get emotional on this one, so I'm sorry. But when Kim was first told that Amy got hit with cancer, and Kim's punch drunk with us, I told you, but her sister and everything. So she hears this word, it's like expletives come out. She's like, no, you know, she's not.
Right.
And so she heard about Amy, and I remember when talking on the phone, she goes, and she told Amy, I can't lose another sister to cancer. I can't do it. I can't do it. And Amy's like, nah, we're not. You're gonna. When we first saw her Friday, first thing when we walked in, she's in the bed and we walk in, and she just looks at Kim and says, I'm so sorry. And like she was apologizing for dying.
Right.
And oh man, that just hit me. So, anyway, that's where our weekend is, and it sucked, but coming through the horror, it's gonna be all right. It'll be all right. And we're getting through it. So, all right, let's do this. Let's pause for news, take a break, knock all that out, and then we'll continue on the show. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Why don't you go? Everyone's like, man, I'm sure Impractical Jokers is on True TV right now. Go turn on that one. Cheer you up a little bit. All right, we'll be back. Don't go away.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. President Trump will meet today with Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu at Mr. Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate in Florida. They'll discuss implementation of Phase 2 of the Gaza ceasefire deal. President Trump is sounding upbeat following a weekend meeting with Ukrainian President Zelensky. Mr. Trump says we're closer than ever to a peace agreement to end the Russia-Ukraine war. Earlier, the president had what he described as an excellent 2.5-hour phone call with Russian President Vladimir Putin. In the air and on the sea, China's military is now conducting live fire drills off Taiwan. Investigators are at the scene of yesterday's deadly mid-air collision of 2 helicopters over southern New Jersey. One pilot was killed, the other was critically injured. The opening bell sounding on Wall Street, stocks starting off in the red. More details, srnnews.com.
If you're sitting down to write a 5-year plan for 2026, do yourself a favor. Stop. In a world where AI is rewriting job descriptions faster than we can post them, a 5-year plan is not a roadmap. It's an anchor. I'm Kim Commando for NetSuite. AI is here and companies using it are getting ahead. Download the free business guide, Demystifying AI right now, at netsuite.com/Kim. We used to talk about the career ladder, one steady, predictable climb to the top. But today, it's a scramble. With the pace of tech, the average person now goes through 7 different career changes and at least 16 different jobs. My advice, aim shorter. Don't try to predict where you're going to be in 2030. Instead, pick one high-value skill to master in the next 30 to 90 days. Stack experience, then repeat. Dwight Eisenhower said it best, planning is essential, but plans are useless. In the AI age, the winners are not the ones with the longest plans. They're the ones with the quickest pivots. Get my newsletter at getkim.com. Every business is asking the same question. How do we make AI work for us? The possibilities are endless, and guessing is too risky. Sitting on the sidelines is not an option. Your competitors are already making their move. This is exactly the solution I'd turn to. With NetSuite by Oracle, you can put AI to work today. As the #1 AI cloud ERP, trusted by over 43,000 businesses, it brings your financials, inventory, commerce, HR, and CRM together into one single source of truth, making your AI smarter. It doesn't guess, it knows. It automates routine tasks, delivers insights, cuts costs, and powers fast AI decisions. Now with NetSuite's AI connector, you can take the AI you already trust and connect it straight to your business. This is not an add-on tool. It's built into the system that runs your business. NetSuite helps you stay ahead. Right now, get their free business guide, Demystifying AI, at netsuite.com/Kim. The guide is free at netsuite.com/Kim, netsuite.com/Kim.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. A winter weather advisory in in effect around Roswell today. But for Carlsbad and Artesia, it's a winter storm warning. We could pick up 1 to 3 inches of snowfall. We'll stay in the low to mid 30s today. A little bit less snow around Roswell. For tonight, the snow showers continue. We're in the mid 20s, back to sunshine on Tuesday with highs in the upper 40s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
It's time for the Chaves County Sports Report. Lots of basketball to be played starting today. Boys and girls basketball in Roswell. The Poke Horn Tournament, the annual Boys Hoops Festival, will begin today with Goddard playing host to Alamogordo at 7:30 tonight. Goddard's 4-2. Alamogordo is 6-2. Should be a good game. Roswell at 5-4 will be hosting a 1-10 Deming team. That's also at 7:30. Roswell's last outing was a victory over Oregon Mountain last week. And then the Goddard Holiday Classic for girls basketball starting today. Goddard plays against Belen at 2:30. Goddard's 5-5. Belen is 4-6. Roswell at 6-2 will host Deming. That starts at 2:32 today, and Deming is 2-5 overall. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. The holiday season will soon come to a close, but the busiest time of the year for the product returns is just beginning. The National Retail Federation reports 17% of holiday purchases will be sent back this year. Airlines around the country are getting back to normal after having to cancel and delay thousands of flights during the peak holiday travel due to severe winter storm warnings. At San Francisco International and Baltimore Washington Thurgood Marshall, the discovery of a suspicious package and luggage added more headaches. The new year may not be all that jovial for some Americans. The Trump administration will begin garnishing the wages of student loan borrowers who are in default early next year. Hyundai is recalling over 51,000 2022 to 2024 Tucson vehicles in the United States because a short circuit in non-functioning trailer lights caused by incorrect installation of the wiring harness could increase the risk of a fire. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
Innovation, service, integrity, and knowledge. J.S. Ward and Son Insurance Agency. Auto and home, life and health, personal and commercial. Bonds too, since 1925. We have the coverage for you. Innovation, service, integrity, and knowledge. J.S. Ward and Son Insurance Agency.
Wait, stop the countdown. This is your last chance to get massive savings during the year-end sales event at Roswell Ford. We need to sell 55 vehicles this week, so we'll do whatever it takes to make a deal. Plus, Roswell Ford needs your trade today, so we are willing to overpay, even if you owe thousands more than it's worth, regardless of make, miles, or condition. So you can upgrade to a new Ford with 0% financing for 60 months, 0 down payment, and 0 payments till March 2026. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. Roswell Ford has partnered with more aggressive lenders who will push to approve your credit even if it's less than perfect. All roads lead to huge American-made savings. 0 down, 0 APR, and 0 payments till March 2026. Get on board at Roswell Ford, 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com.
Interest accrues from date of sale. 0 APR is $16.67 per thousand financed on 2025 F-150s. Subject to lender approval. Offers not combined on select vehicles.
When you or a loved one need medical transport, Trans-Aero answers the call. Trans-Aero Medevac operates 3 rotorcraft bases and 1 fixed-wing base in southeastern New Mexico, allowing them to respond quickly to emergencies across diverse terrains. Their fleet extends coverage deep into New Mexico and West Texas, including Artesia, Carlsbad, Roswell, Ruidoso, Midland, Lubbock, and the surrounding areas. Ready to answer the call when every second counts. Trans-Aero Medevac, proudly serving southeastern New Mexico and West Texas. Flown for free, thanks to the partnership from the City of Artesia and Trans-Aero Medevac. Life support by air.
You can't hunt camels in Arizona, but you can buy them. They go for about $10 a pack. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning, 7:59, closing in on 8 o'clock. Town Hall News is coming up here in just a few seconds. Next hour, we're going to replay our interview we had with Amy McVeigh-Tejas from the Historical Society for Southeast Mexico. She does give a Christmas wish, but then we talk a little about 2026 and ways to get involved and all that. So we'll play that for you next hour. Town Hall News is up next. We'll be back on the other side of news. You're listening to 106.5, Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, or Roswell, New Mexico. We'll be back.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. Amit Thomason. President Trump will meet today with Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu at Mr. Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate in Florida. They'll discuss implementation of Phase 2 of the Gaza ceasefire agreement. President Trump is sounding upbeat following his weekend meeting with Ukrainian President Zelensky. Mr. Trump says we are closer than ever to a peace agreement to end the Russia-Ukraine war.
I just think we're doing very well. We could be very close. There are one or two very thorny issues, very tough issues, but I think we're doing very well. We've made a lot of progress today, but really we've made it over the last month. This is not a one-day process deal. This is very complicated stuff.
Earlier, the president had what he describes as an excellent 2.5-hour phone call with Russian President Putin. In the air and on the sea, China's military is conducting live-fire drills off Taiwan. The BBC's Stephen McDonnell following developments from Beijing.
The Taiwanese military are using the People's Liberation Army drills to practice their own drills. So they're going to rehearse defending Taiwan in the face of a potential future attack from the mainland. Remember that officially, according to the government here, that Taiwan is a rogue province that really should be unified with the mainland, and that on Taiwan, now that it's a democratically governed island, the people there have again and again voted in these governments that have resisted unification with the mainland because they don't want to give up those freedoms.
Taiwan says China's military drills will impact more than 100,000 airline passengers. A powerful winter storm is bearing down on the upper Midwest and the Great Lakes before heading into the Northeast. On Wall Street this morning, stocks are in the red. The Dow is down 124 points, while the Nasdaq is off 133. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
In Myanmar have cast ballots in the first phase of the country's general election, taking place under military rule amid a bloody civil war.
Critics charge that the election is designed to add a facade of legitimacy to the military rule, which began after the army ousted the elected government of Aung San Suu Kyi in February 2021. Her party won a landslide victory in the 2020 election, but was blocked from taking office for a second term. Critics argue that the results will lack legitimacy due to the exclusion of major parties and limits on freedom of speech and an atmosphere of repression. Bernie Bennett reporting.
There's been no word on the cause of a deadly train wreck in Mexico over the weekend. President Claudia Sheinbaum says 13 people died. Another 98 were injured when the train derailed on a line that links the Pacific Ocean to the Gulf of America. The train went off the rails yesterday. The accident halted traffic all along the line. News and analysis at townhall.com. Like happiness, the end of the year means different things to different people.
It's almost a new year, and for many people, it's that time of year to think about hopes and plans. Experts in different fields who deal with transitions and change have some advice. Plan what you can, but accept that some things will be unknown and unexpected. What works for someone else may not be best for you. Set your goals that you can achieve and then build on those. Jason Walker reporting.
The New York City subway system is retiring the Metro card after more than 30 years. The gold and blue swipeable card was introduced in 1994, replacing the subway token, which had been used for 50 years. The last sales and refills on Metro cards will be on Wednesday, though existing cards will still work for some time into the new year. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travelation, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2.
The Dudes.
Almost a Netflix dude. Mornings with Mike Winters right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Monday.
Yes.
The Monday betwixt the Christmas and the New Year's holidays.
Yes, the Monday in limbo, if you will. If you will.
If you will.
I did start the final three of the final 4 episodes of Stranger Things last night. I actually started that.
Good deal. So, is it? I've been really. Last night, I think I started to, because I was on Twitter last night and I was starting to see people putting up stuff. I'm like, no.
Yep. That's kind of why I was trying. I have to get to this.
Yeah.
So I won't give you anything away. I'm just gonna say it's getting very interesting.
Well, and I don't. Well, and this is where I'm a little, because I accidentally saw a little something, and of course the brother. Now we think, oh, this guy's got. I can't say that because no one had caught. Dang it! I don't want to do any of that.
All right.
But there was something they showed me where the brother was doing stuff and was controlling something else, and I'm like, oh, okay. And I wish that's the most badly cryptic thing, but I don't want to spoil it for people who haven't watched these other ones.
The only thing I could say that I think would be completely spoiler free, but also let you know something very interesting is about to happen is shots were fired.
Okay.
Just put it that way. We're just going to leave it at shots were fired.
So my understanding is there's going to be one more episode released?
Yes. So right now, 5, 6, and 7 just came out on Christmas Day. 8 comes out on New Year's Day.
I gotcha. Okay. And then that's it?
As far as, that's
for a Stranger Thing. For the spin-offs or whatever.
For this series, that is the finale.
Got it. Okay.
And they're holding that out. I believe they're going to be showing that finale at certain theaters. I think it's AMC. Okay. I think Regal, AMC, and then some of the what's that? Alamo Screenhouse or whatever it's called.
Yeah, Cinnamon Draft House.
Yeah.
I want to go to one of those so bad because I want to eat chicken fingers and drink beer and watch a movie.
Now I don't know about the beer per se, but I will say there are places closer than that you can enjoy dinner and a movie.
Okay.
There's Allen Theaters here don't do it, but some of the ones down south. I went to one in Las Cruces.
Yeah.
And the Allen Theaters there has a dinner and a movie setup.
Oh, nice.
I actually got a green chili bacon cheeseburger and fries served to me while I was watching Deadpool and Wolverine.
Nice. Now, do you sit at a little table or something, or is it just in a movie seat?
This was like a like a college desk. It
Okay.
folds out into a little tablet.
Okay.
So you kind of set your stuff up there, and then it folds back down.
I'm not going to lie. I like that.
It was nice.
Makes me feel like I'm eating either in my classroom or on an airplane.
Right. Sneaking in a quick meal on the go. But yeah, it does hit different when you're like, I got to make this cheeseburger last through the trailers.
So do they come around filling drinks and stuff, or you get to buy? Like at a
I didn't
restaurant?
actually get through my drink, but they have the normal concession for like that kind of stuff. But then you could also get they just deliver the food.
Gotcha.
So, but it's a really cool experience.
I want that. I do want that. So, but yeah, the Alamo City Draft House is you get you get a beer, get some pizza or wings or whatever, and you watch a movie.
Yeah,
sounds delightful.
I'm looking forward to. Now I've made fun of it in the past, but I'm gonna have a similar experience to that come February. Myself, Jocelyn, and a couple of friends are going to be heading to Vegas
going to
the Sphere to check out the Wizard of Oz.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really
tell me
looking
about
forward to that one. It's a full blown immersive 4D experience, and I've never been to even an IMAX movie, so this will be something.
This is of all places, because I've heard what it costs to eat in Vegas right now.
Uh-huh.
You might want to have some bags of chicken wings stuffed in your coat when you go.
Oh, don't worry. Your boy stocked up on MREs before we left.
I brought some New England clam chowder.
Anybody else want a giant cracker with some inedible cheese spread? Huh?
Hey, all your calories right here.
Days worth right here.
3,000 right here.
You blocked up? Here, have some gum.
Want a little Tabasco? But yeah, I know. I've seen how expensive. Everybody online talking about how expensive to eat and drink in Vegas right now.
Well, and I'll tell you, the people that post stuff like that, those are the same kind of people that intentionally don't use apps.
Right.
It's like if you try hard enough, you can find a pretty good deal in Vegas.
Yeah, I'm sure you could.
I've already seen a few there's they shut down a bunch of the cheaper buffet options, but Fremont you can still get that $5 or $4.99 shrimp cocktail.
Hey, you can always hang out at the dark hole that is Circus Circus.
That's right.
where depression goes to die. Man. Yeah, I've never been in a more depressing casino in my life than when I went into Circus Circus. It was literally like, okay, hey, what do you want? I'm like even the music, I felt like it was slower and everything. Like, boom, boom, boom.
Calliope music only sounds okay at one speed, and even that speed, it's not that great. You slow it down or speed it up, and it's going to sound pure evil.
Come to our signature meal place, Einstein Bagel.
Now, I will say this. It is the only Einstein Brothers bagel on the Strip, or at least the only one that we could find, because that's the only reason we darkened Circus Circus's doorstep.
But, you got to go way to the other end to get to it.
I don't know if I ever actually told that story on the radio.
Yes, you did with the pictures, taking pictures,
okay,
and pre-post
good.
Sean. Yeah,
I learned a valuable lesson that day at Circus Circus. You can use your phone to zoom in and
remind people, because I'm sure I know the story.
The long and short that goes like this: we were in line at the Einstein Brothers Bagels. In line in front of us, now their menu, all of their bagel options, was in a case in front of the restaurant at the the lower case.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to look down to see the menu.
Case.
Right, it's supposed to be uppercase. So in front of us was a lovely couple of, I can only imagine, some kind of Israeli, possibly Palestinian descent. I'm not totally sure. Very well dressed.
Perhaps Middle Eastern.
Middle Eastern descent. Now I, being the nearsighted person that I am, was trying to zoom into the menu so I could choose my bagel.
Right.
Unbeknownst to myself, what it looked like I was doing was trying to take a picture of this young lady's keister. It wasn't until my friend Allie came over and said, "Stop what you're doing right now," that I realized, oh, you're right. I should probably just wait till I get up to the counter, because I was just trying to be, ready.
Yeah, prepared.
But little did I know, I looked like a pervert.
Yeah. Well,
sometimes it takes somebody else's perspective to,
Well, these things
up.
happen, and probably more often to dudes than women, but it does happen. I there was one picture out that someone took of me years ago. And it was a radio thing. I was doing an interview or something, and the way the picture captured it, it made me look like a creepo. And what was going on is I had a female I was interviewing, and we were sitting in like bar stool style chairs. Right. So there was no table in front or anything. It was just mics and bar stool style chairs. And I'm sitting there, and I had like a piece of paper or something that was kind of lower.
Right.
And I'm looking at that for notes. But when you take a picture, it looks like I'm staring at her cleavage.
Just direct. Like, I had notes.
I honestly wasn't. I was trying to read the paper, and I was like, "You sure you were?" I was like, yeah, I know. I cannot win here.
Now, in fairness,
play with what you will.
He did tuck the paper directly in between her bosom, so
I mean, you know.
That's kind of on both of them at that point.
But I was like, you know what?
Here, let me hold those for you.
I was like, I would do the same thing. Have fun with that. Yeah, it's on me.
But yeah, all that to be said, immersive theater experience is definitely one that I would be into. You don't have to go to Vegas to get that either. They have those 4K theaters.
I'm not gonna lie. There's that one I keep seeing where they show like sporting events in it, or NASCAR, or a baseball game or a football game, and it looks like you're sitting in the stadium.
Yeah,
I want to do that.
Yeah, that looks really cool.
Drinking beer and eating chicken fingers.
Right, of course. Yeah, that looks like a really cool. I've seen a few wrestling pay-per-views that were set up in similar ways. It's like overflow seating, but that still looks like you're front and center. Best seat in the house.
Yeah, absolutely. So
and probably cheaper concessions.
Right.
Let's be honest.
Well, and you know how like if you've ever watched NASCAR. When on Fox, when they really started, when Waltrip, they used to do that like cam where they'd stick the thing right up on the road while all the cars and they'd be like right, like I would just imagine that part like in that thing.
Oh, I thought that would be awesome. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure I'm going to poop myself. But I want to try it. So, but anyway, let me give you the rundown. Oh, by the way, I saw a stupid AI thing that I cannot unsee. It was Sheryl Crow and Will Ferrell put together, and they called it Feral Crow. And it was. I just saw something on here that reminded me of it, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that was nightmare fuel."
That's pretty bad. Feral Crow.
Feral Crow. I want to soak up Satan. All right, we're going to play our interview with Amy McVeigh from the Historical Society for Southeast New Mexico. We'll do that here in just a few minutes. So, did you say we had Buc-ee's treats to try?
They're not Buc-ee's treats.
Oh, okay, they're other treats.
I'll save snack time for hour number 3.
Okay, all right, very good. I was hoping to get a nugget. All right, it is 17 minutes after 8. Let's get you up to date on the weather. He said, "I got a nugget brewing. Hold on, give me a minute. Give me a minute and a newspaper, and I got one for you." All right, here's your weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. A winter weather advisory in effect around Roswell today. But for Carlsbad and Artesia, it's a winter storm warning. We could pick up 1 to 3 inches of snowfall. We'll stay in the low to mid 30s today. A little bit less snow around Roswell. For tonight, the snow showers continue. We're in the mid 20s, back to sunshine on Tuesday with highs in the upper 40s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 32 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 54%. Winds out of the northeast at 3 miles per hour. Yes, we are in a winter weather advisory from now until 11 p.m. We are expected to see some snow snowing in, but I don't know. According to us, according to the weather, National Weather Service, they're saying less than an inch for us today. But we are looking at snow showers likely between now and 2 p.m. Skies will be cloudy with a high of 33 today, and south winds at around 5 miles per hour. They say our chance of precipits at 60%, but like I said, less than an inch of snow is expected. Tonight, we're looking at a 30% chance of snow showers before 8 p.m. Little to no snow accumulation, though. Waking up to probably areas of freezing fog before 5 a.m. Cloudy, gradually becoming partly cloudy overnight tonight. Overnight low of 25 with south winds at around 5 miles per hour. Areas of freezing fog before 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. Otherwise, mostly sunny. Highs near 50, 49 tomorrow. Winds will be out of the south at around 5 miles per hour. Tuesday night, we're looking at partly cloudy skies, overnight low of 24. Wednesday, sunny and 58 for a high. Wednesday night, mostly cloudy, overnight low of 34. New Year's Day on Thursday, there is a 20% chance of rain and snow showers before 11, otherwise partly cloudy and 68. Friday, we're back into the 70s, sunny and 71, and then for the weekend as well. Your first weekend of 2026 looking nice. Sunny and 70 on Saturday, mostly sunny, 69 on Sunday. Don't forget, Pokhorn Invitational Tournament and the Goddard Holiday Tournament get underway today at the Roswell Coyote Den and at Ground Zero at Goddard, respectively. Go out to the games. You can get passes to watch all of the games. You can do that when you go to the gyms. However, we also will be carrying the games online at ksvptv.com. You can watch the games there. The Goddard Holiday Tournament will get underway at 1:30 today at Goddard, and then Pokhorn begins at 6 p.m. this evening. We have 2 video channels on KSVP TV. There's the Goddard Holiday Tournament channel, then there's the Pokhorn Invitational Tournament channel. All of the games from those respective tournaments will be aired there. We will only have announcers on the local schools, Roswell, Goddard, so forth. They'll be but we'll have all the games there, but there'll be no announcers for some of the out-of-town schools that are playing there. But they can watch them there. So if you got friends that have family and stuff at some of these other, tell them they can go to KSVP TV, watch the games there, and they can do their own commentating. Which I know a lot of people, especially after watching NFL this weekend, I'd rather watch it silent anyway. That's one thing I see more of on Sundays, and now because there's games Saturday and Friday and everything else too, and then bowl games mixed in. It was a lot of the announcers more tired of Chris Collinsworth, tired of who this, too. That's all I see. So you don't have to worry about that on these. All right, it is 8:21. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Then we're going to play our interview with Amy McVeigh-Tejas from the Historical Society for Southeast New Mexico. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Attention, attention. They've done it again. For 3 years in a row, Roswell Hyundai is the #1 used car supercenter in New Mexico. Whether you're in the market for a large truck, a super high-end luxury vehicle, or an affordable car for first-time buyers, the Roswell Hyundai Used Car Supercenter has one that fits your needs and your budget. So if you're looking for the best deal on your next vehicle, head for the #1 Used Car Supercenter in southeastern New Mexico 3 years straight. Roswell Hyundai, 1909 West 2nd. Get a built-in look with a Whirlpool flush mount dishwasher that installs flush with the surrounding cabinets at Bush Appliance in Roswell. A third rack provides space for silverware and hard-to-fit utensils. Plus, this dishwasher meets ADA standards for acceptable design. Shop Whirlpool dishwashers today at Bush Appliance in Roswell. Who you gonna call? Bush Appliance. Stop by 111 West Country Club Road in Roswell or call 575-622-6390.
If you want to install a new roof, you can do it the cheap way or you can do it the right way. Jennifer here from Trustmark Roofing, and one of our customers recently found this out the hard way. He was going to hire us to re-roof his roof, but he found someone to do the job for $2,000 cheaper. Half a year later, this customer called us to re-inspect his brand new roof. Turns out this contractor was not a contractor at all. He had no license and no insurance. The roof was installed incorrectly and never had been passed by the city inspector. We had to re-roof his brand new roof, tear off the shingles and start from scratch. It was the most expensive $2,000 anyone has ever saved. If you need a roof installed the right way, you can trust who your neighbors trust. You can trust Trustmark Roofing for no obligation to the penny quote on your roof transformation. Call 575-755-ROOF. That's 575-755-7663.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
The inventor of Pringles is buried in a Pringles can. I wonder if they got their hands stuck putting them in there. Here's Mike Winters.
With another this morning, Amy McVeigh-Tejas with the Historical Society for Southeast New Mexico back with us. Good morning.
Good morning.
How's so you all ready for Christmas?
We're working on it.
I'll say there's not much time left if you're not, but well, I know
just
you're
those little things.
Well, that's just it. You're always probably right up to Christmas morning doing little things.
Just little things.
Yeah.
And we're the Historical Society is Santa-ing today. So there you go. Thank you, Robin. Robin's headed over, and we're going to bless some great people that have done great things for us. And you know us. That's what we're all about.
Absolutely. So. And that's kind of really what's been going on really the last month here with the, I mean, it's always going on, but especially with the scholarships, with work, youth, and getting and the holidays always bring back people because they come back to visit family, and so we've had a lot of traffic in town of past scholarship, people that have impacted our lives. But now I've kind of gone on to big things. They come to visit family, and they come in to visit and say hi. And so we got a lot of that going on.
Last week was an amazing week. We had hundreds. When I literally say we really did. So You Challenge, all cadets were have received a great tour. We had Insurance Home there. We've just been doing a lot of great things. I do want to give
picture taken on the porch last week.
Yes. So huge shout out to New Mexico You Challenge Academy. Mike, they're coming up on next year, their 20th anniversary of New Mexico You Challenge Academy. Had awards on Friday and graduation on Saturday. And, these kids may not be from Roswell, but their impact on Roswell was huge. Huge shout out to our grand recipient. Her name was Viviana Trevino. We had 2 secondaries, to say they're secondaries, but just a little bit less, that will be attending NEMI, too, New Mexico Military Institute. So Dominic Salazar. And I had just dynamic individuals doing great things. So what an honor and a privilege to do that. Thank you to Tina Cisneros and Captain Martinez. Mike, we were at the dinner already planning next year. We can do this and this and this and that. And why didn't we do this? And we need to do that and blah, blah, blah. So
each event lot is a planning meeting going for the next one.
Yes, Lily Davidson. I knew I'd come up with that name. She's one of our scholarship. But we gave out 10 scholarships. Words cannot express to the individuals that made it possible. Secret Santa, which I feel confident you're listening because he's one of your esteemed supporters, I guess you should say. We have continued to have the honor to bless our volunteers from gift cards specifically. And so when people listening saying, why does the Historical Society spend money on Christmas and doing all this? Well, because our Secret Santa said, listen, this money will be given to you to bless those people that without their support couldn't be possible. Well, so, Mike, we've given over 50 blessings.
Well, and at the end of the day, the mission statement of the Historical Society, yes, we preserve history.
We do.
That's obviously our tentpole priority, but part of that is we're a service organization.
That's right.
We serve our community because guess what? There's only so much things you can put in boxes and rooms and things, that, what I mean? That's only part of the mission. Once, we gotta foster the next generation to have an interest in it, to support it, to keep it going. And how do we do that? Through education.
That's right.
And that's
education.
So it's very much...
And Mike, I think when we gave our Christmas blessings, Christmas blessing age went from 8 to 90.
Yep.
So that's a pretty good spectrum.
Absolutely.
And when I say Christmas blessings, those are our dedicated volunteers. Like Mike, just for an example, our numbers really, really increased with air races. We got a lot of new volunteers in our family.
Absolutely.
That were really excited for these things too. So I brought a list because we were going to do an end of the year letter, and it'll be coming. I think people don't realize, if you are not a member of the Historical Society and don't read our newsletters, if I didn't write it down, and that's why, Mike, y'all get so frustrated at our board meetings, ladies and gentlemen. There's like 18, 20 pages, and I'm reading like a book. But you know what? If I didn't document all those things that we do, I can't even keep up with it. And you know what? I'm a grandmother, so I have to document all these things.
Well, and it really, and at the end of the day, we deal with donations, we deal with monies from people that really want it to go to the thing, and so
for sure
we want to.
Dedicated
we
money.
want to show you exactly where your dollars, when you give us money to help the community, by golly, we want to make sure we show you evidence of what we did with it.
That's exactly right. Some special thank yous, Mike. I just wanted to go through because we want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, and I was just kind of reflecting on where we are, Mike, and we're in a really, really good place, Mike. Usually by the end of the year, and y'all nicely vote to give me a bonus. I'm praying to God that check will cash. Oh my goodness, and a blessing. Oh, please, Lord God. So, but you know what? We're in a great place. We're in a great place.
Oh, we meant that was in Sizzler Bucks. That those bonuses. Just kidding.
Oh yeah. coupons or whatever. Like Ralph says, the little coupons from Walgreens we used to get out. Here you go, Amy. Merry Christmas.
Hold on to that one. That's an important one.
But some people that have really been significant. We've had some private donors. We respect them, and they can be private. United Way, we obtained a very generous blessing. Yeah. And that, I think that, to my knowledge, that's our first time we've had the privilege of partnering with United Way, and their impact is so amazing.
Absolutely.
So huge shout out to them.
Appreciate them seeing our mission and saying, that's something we want to support.
Yes.
So.
Also to New Mexico Grow, that is an honored partnership we've had with the state. What a blessing that we continue. And we just words cannot express. So some fun things. We're already looking forward to 2026. We've booked school tours. So if you're listening and thinking, it is that time. March is right around the corner. March is going to be crazy, Mike, because on behalf of the Historical Society, we will be doing the Robert H. Goddard celebration, Women's History Month, fourth grade school tours.
It's a busy year next year.
It is. There's a lot of fun things going on.
Yeah,
so if you want to be involved with a lot of our partnerships, scholarships, I literally just got a text coming in about scholarships. When are your scholarships? When can we apply? Mike, I've got a lot of calls. So that tells me this is a great class. They're staying on top of things. They're getting motivated. So our scholarship committee will meet after the first of the year, determining our budget and how much money we have allocated just for scholarships. And by the end of January, we'll be promoting our scholarships for high school seniors and college students. So follow us on Facebook, social media. We'll blast that out. And we're really, really excited. Something else, Mike, I don't even think you've seen. The Mind That Bird bronze has arrived, a beautiful statue and a beautiful column. Shout out to Michael for his artistic blessing.
Yeah.
That is showcased upstairs in the museum.
Thank you for the family for working with
my
us on all
goodness.
stuff,
So those are projects we're working on. And give us a call. You can stop by and see the bronze. We're going to work on a little bit more detailed display after the first of the year. So great things to come.
Cool, unique Southeast New Mexico history right there with that.
Well, even the Youth Challenge kids were really, really excited about that. So just a lot of fun things. Our project, huge shout out to John LeMay for the Rural Roswell and South Springs book. It's coming in January. I think we've almost sold all the books that were pre-ordered.
Okay.
So if you want one, give us a call at 622-8333. Or you can even text me at 575-915-4471.
Get on that one quick, because like you said, there's
I literally
not many
think
left.
we've sold the pre-order, and now I need to actually place another order. But what John will be happy to autograph that.
Absolutely.
And we've really got some fun Women's History Months events coming up too. So a lot of fun things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Museum looks beautiful. We're doing tours morning, noon, evening. This is so funny. I love to utilize time. The other day that somebody had a luncheon and they literally did like this. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. We're in a hurry. We wanted to do this. I'm even fine if you want to drive through the driveway. We literally can do a fun walkthrough, just celebrating the holidays. And if you say, Amy, I've been to the museum like a million times. It's so beautiful with these historical artifacts.
It is. It's really cool. And it is a little extra something during the Christmas lights and the holiday blessings that are just everything that's going on. It adds a little layer to it. But you're right. This is a perfect time. And the beauty of, how, just call us or email. And we can and make a reservation basically and say, hey, and then we can bring the family and you get a personalized tour of the whole property there and everything else. And obviously with the holiday here, you got to have a lot of family in town and things. So this is a great opportunity. Maybe here before Christmas or the weekend after Christmas here, if family's still in town. Friday, Saturday, you're saying, hey, maybe we can go spend some time over at the JP White home here.
So as a matter of fact, I know if you're listening, the Fuller family's got a reservation for the day after Christmas. Take Christmas pictures. And, morning work. So something I want to remind people is it's not just that 1 to 4 mentality. For the Fullers, that worked out best for the morning. They've got plans in the afternoon. I said, that's perfect. That's fine. So we'll work along with you. So 622-8333 or 575-915-4471. We've really tried in that perfect time when the sun's going down to do the outside, inside, get the stained glass.
The lighting's the perfect.
It's really later in the afternoon, so give us a call, and we can even link in with some amazing pictures. And
I'm trying to think, we had the shortest day of the year already? I think we have. I'm not good at science. Okay, so technically, it'll get a minute longer here, right? Once
Right. See, every bit counts, every second counts, every minute.
Yeah.
But if you're interested in tours, and memberships, or memberships are real up, they're continuing to grow. I should say that. So if
and
you
by the way,
haven't
this
renewed,
is that perfect time of year to either start one or obviously to renew, because we always renew right here at the end of the year, here at start of the new year. So
we've got some littles. Some littles are wanting to be their own member. They get their own newsletter.
Absolutely.
Got a little one that's collecting our newsletters.
Well,
I think that's amazing.
It's important when you hit a certain age and you start getting things in the mail with your name on it, not like your parents' name on them. It's like, hey, and now I'm a little old, and so they put things like Master Michael or something on there. But now, you know what I mean? But it's kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
It's like a big deal to get something in the mail.
Well, and Mike, I don't think we have had a huge delivery from we got a huge blessing. Yeah. And our intern's back, and he's working on a huge project. We literally have tables out throughout the archives, newspapers from early 1900s, not only from Roswell, Hegerman, John, and it's like a playground. Like Jason's just over there hanging out. I'll see his truck, and it's like, hey, I'm doing my thing.
Just kind of going through, reading the paper.
I took Ralph, and he was like, whoa, I'm coming
as long as they're
back
not taking
here.
him to the bathroom with them. That's the rule.
And Mike,
no newspapers going with you to the bathroom.
Because these are big beasts and big future. That would be classic. That'd be so cool. We've got a lot of fun things, a lot of new things, a lot of new donations.
Absolutely. But yeah, we would love. And by the way, always looking for more volunteers if you want to serve in various capacities.
Yes.
Obviously, always looking for more folks to serve as docents. If you love to give tours and things, it's very easy. We'll train you and all that. It's a lot of fun. Get a great way to meet people and learn some stuff. But if you're more into categorizing and cataloging and data entry, we need all kinds of help in the archive side with John and Elaine and those folks as they get these new things. But also, they're always in the process of still even converting some old stuff to digital. So, there's a lot of different things going on in the preservation of a lot of things. Plus, because we get so many donations, like every once or twice a year when we have the amazing book fairs. A lot of times we get, and so they're throughout the year, they're like, okay, well, we already got 5 copies of these books. Thank you for the donation. We're going to set it aside, and we have our next. And that's when we have those auctions.
That's right.
But, we get rare books, but we get a lot of rare books.
We do.
And
we
so
really do.
People pass on or something, and they don't necessarily have an interest in this, but they know it's of value to someone, so they give it to us, which we're so thankful they do. But that's when we have these opportunities. Like, fortunately, we already have a copy in the library. And now, if the copy we get's nicer than the one we have, we'll swap that bad boy out in a heartbeat. If when we get a donation and that one's
and that happens.
Yeah, it does happen. But
that happens.
So we keep the best one. I'm not gonna lie, we're gonna have the best shaped one. But we do that from time. But we need volunteers to kind of help do that kind of stuff throughout the year. And then also in other ways and stuff too. I know we have the amazing garden clubs that come and do stuff. But
we do.
But if you want to offer handy services and things like that. We have many of those opportunities. Fred could put you to work. So,
for sure.
So we do have a lot of great opportunities there.
That's right.
And then, of course, too, just serving it as volunteers when we have, our various events, when we need folks to help. Logistics, setting up tables and manning a station or something like that. We have great needs for those kind of roles too, and we get a lot of families that work together with us. We do. Of course, the Ackerman family, they tend to do Stranges. They tend to like bring the whole gang and work together.
Yes.
Yeah, it's great. So there's opportunities to do this as a family or an individual, whatever suits your need, and of course. If you want to dabble a toe, the best way is just start being with a membership, from an individual or family or corporate or a nonprofit membership. There's various levels, but you can do it, like you said, for as little as $30 a year for an individual. And that includes your monthly newsletter, and your money goes right back into the work that we do to keep the J.P. White home and preserve the history, but also, because the scholarships and stuff are usually monies that people donate earmarked specifically for that. Your memberships really go to the maintenance and upkeep of the facility, the actual preservation and repairs and upkeep of the archive facility and all that.
That's exactly right. So if you want to make an end-of-the-year donation for scholarships, operational, or just make note, specifically request. Something I didn't mention, Mike, we have a very, very exciting new award program coming in 2026. And private donor memoriam So we're really excited to celebrate history and what that new award program will look like, and just some fun new endeavors. And I think to say we stay busy around the Historical Society is an understatement.
Absolutely.
And I think that anybody not involved and not getting informed, following us on social media about what all is going on, many a times I am out and about because of that. And we have people there.
Absolutely.
But we have people. So, and if you have an idea, that's something else. Become a member and say, you know what, Amy, I've had this idea. We love that.
Absolutely.
Submit it. Our board meets monthly. We're hands-on and want to get involved in our impact. We want it to expand. We do. We want to impact more lives with scholarships.
Absolutely.
I'm going to tell you one thing. There's never enough money for scholarships.
No, we can always. Well, and I know, and God bless and love the folks that serve on those committees that that have the tedious task of deciding who's deserving of these. Because quite frankly, every single applicant is deserving of it. They're always. And the big problem is there's just never enough of that money to go around. Awesomely, 9 times out of 10, some last-minute donors come in and we're able to maybe help at least a little bit with some of the ones that we thought truly deserve, but we just, the cutoff's the cutoff kind of thing.
And if you think that has to be a big donation, I'm going to give you an example. We had $2,500 allocated in budget for New Mexico Youth Challenge Academy. We grew to $3,800. So if you say, you know what, even $100, I'm going to tell you right now, one of the girls that got one of our $100 scholarships, I'm telling you, was more excited about that $100. Her impact is great, and she knew exactly what she needed, and it was going to get her exactly what she needed.
And to be honest, depending on some of the circumstances and things, some of these folks, this is the first time someone's investing in them. Like legit.
Mike, you're so right.
You know
Heard that twice on Friday night. Nobody has ever believed in me. To back me.
And so that $100, it's not the number per se.
It's really not.
It's saying, you know what? It's someone said that they're willing to give $100, and $100 is a lot of money. I mean, I don't care what anybody says.
Oh, it is. You better believe it.
You could barely buy dinner with it now, but it's a lot of money.
We had a girl, Mike, that kept holding on to her scholarship certificate. That means something, and she's putting it close to her heart.
Absolutely.
Parents thanked us. So our impact is so, and our family's growing. One thing I need to do, Mike, is Troy Hayes, and shout out to Troy Hayes. Troy Hayes and so many others, even Garcia family that hops on board, FM Nelson, TSI Family Fund. But Mike, Troy and I were saying, I need to do that count, Mike. So every time we give, we're up to 100. And money, I think that there's power in numbers.
A Jerry Lewis telethon scrolling type jobber.
I need to work on that so we can do something. And I need to have, even if it's in my office and we tally and add that, you're exactly right.
Absolutely. Talking, you were mentioning here about, partnering together. And I'm just going to put this right here because I'm thinking about it and talking with you right now is, I think another cool thing, and I'm going to cross promote here because it really is the same mission, is coming up in February, the Roswell Literacy Council, they're going to be doing their annual Knowledge Bowl. I don't know if folks are familiar with it, but they're putting it back kind of in the season it was intended, right around the Super Bowl there. So, but they really are looking for youth teams to sign up this year. They get adults, but they're looking for high school, the history clubs, the sports teams, church groups, whatever. And so I don't know, maybe we as a historical society ought to conjure up some things, and they're giving cash prizes to teams and everything else, and all of it's a fundraising event for the Literacy Council, which means they help people obviously first become literate, but they're helping people with getting citizenship with their GUDs, all free of charge to those folks. So I think because what we do and what they're doing, I think there might be a synergy moment there or something.
That's right.
So.
Well, and if we're not cross-promoting, we're just not working, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's part. Our outreach. Last but not least, Port Clare Monastery, Assurance Home, Community Kitchen, Harvest Ministries. They have just beyond represented. They continue to represent as our beacons of hope.
That's why it was an easy choice for them as Heritage Dinner.
Goodness.
Because
words just cannot express our appreciation to them.
At the end of the day, all we're doing is hopefully putting a little bit bigger spotlight on these four organizations that continue to they're going to make lemonade regardless if they've got lemonade or lemons, whatever it is, they're going to do it. And that's what they do. And hopefully we're giving them more lemonade instead of lemons right now.
So
that's
if you're out and about shopping, doing that last minute shopping, don't forget those organizations. And there's a multitude of others.
Absolutely.
It's not about just handfuls, so many. Do that little blessing too.
And this is really what the Christmas season is about. If we can, I know people will have, I'm not trying to start debates, but there's big debates about what's sitting on the courthouse lawn and this and that. But at the end of the day, being a Christian means, helping others, giving blessings, doing, and that's the real reason. And we can have that fight all day, but as real Christians, this is what you should be doing. You should
and segue into something we haven't talked about, Mike. Thank you. See, we worked prayer at the pole.
Got one more before Christmas. One more before Christmas. So.
We have a couple of people that aren't out of town. We want to encourage anybody to stop by at the pole and be that leader. I cannot be there on Wednesday. Does not mean we'll have individuals there.
The poll is in the public.
You better believe it. Step up and do that. So Wednesdays, unless we notify others, and if I can't be there, it doesn't mean you get out of that vehicle and you represent.
And if you can't
to us, it's
physically
really
be at the poll
time.
there, then join us at 9 a.m. wherever you are.
You better believe it.
That's kind of been an organic grassroots thing. It just kind of spawned up a couple years ago and has kind of continued into a kind of a tradition here of every Wednesday 9 a.m. we meet at the flagpole in front of the Historical Society.
We'll fill up 30, 40.
A moment of prayer. And
if it's chilly or weather's crazy, there may be 3 of us. There may be 30. All Saints often brings a bunch of students in different groups. So I want to challenge people in the new year, Wednesday, 9 o'clock. Bring your
maybe
group
bring a thermos full of hot cocoa.
There you go.
Pass out some cocoa.
Okay, there you go. All right, I'm all in.
Of course, if you have any questions about anything we're talking about regarding the Historical Society for Southeast New Mexico, RoswellNMhistory.org is our website. By golly, I know you're way behind the stick, but if you want to do a little last-minute Christmas shopping, we got some great books and things there. And we will still do everything in our power to get it to you. If
we had somebody sneak in right when I was leaving on Friday, open the door, turn the lights on. They got the books. It's wonderful. John autographed them. It worked out perfect.
Peter Herd Prints, another great thing. Thank you to the White family for
so many books.
Allowing us to be kind of purveyors of that.
Gift cards,
Roswell
books,
and History. Don't forget to, if you just call ahead or shoot an email, historydirector@outlook.com if you want to schedule a visitation to the museum here. I can never remember the number. I'm going to leave it.
622-8333. If you have research needs, we're just getting an email this morning. No, they'll be in the archives this afternoon, 622-1176. And email me at historydirector@outlook.com. My cell phone number, in case you have a specific question you need an answer right now, 575-915-4471.
Read more about online about our different levels of being a member. Maybe those make great gifts. If you're thinking you got a history buff in your list, I will give me your membership to the Historical Society.
We have gift bags, tissue. You know me, Michael. It'll be the best looking gift under that tree.
Yeah, Amy don't play when it comes to. I'm telling you.
Hey, that's serious business. We got to represent.
Like, if you ever need a side hustle, I think you should literally go just open up a gift wrapping business.
Oh, Mike, that was my dream job. I was like, oh, yeah, everybody's going to go to that gift under the tree, prettiest gift under the tree.
Because there's literally so many people like me to be like, just let Amy do it. I cannot even replicate what she's trying to do.
Hey, that could be a fundraiser. If you want my gift wrapping skills, you call the Historical Society, you make a donation, I will wrap it up.
Scholarship money for the thing. We'll wrap you gifts.
Well, I'm all in. You think
Bring the
I'm serious. I know my husband's listening. Hello, Ralph Coco. He knows.
Like,
I'll wrap it up.
He's like, all right, I'm heading back to the the dollar store to pick up some more wrapping paper now.
Oh, yeah, we will do it.
Very good. Well, Amy, if I don't see you between now and Thursday, Merry Christmas to you and your family, and have a blessed holiday season
last but not least, shout out to Maddie and her family. You know who you are. We're just sending love. And that angel above's watching over us. So shout out to all of them.
Absolutely. God works the best miracles this time of year.
He does.
Keep praying and hoping.
Yes. God bless you all. Thank you very much.
Appreciate
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, and don't get Scotch tape elbow or whatever.
Oh yeah, play ball. I'm ready for basketball next week too, Mike. Right. Oh yeah.
Unfortunately, my football team is not worth watching. That's my Christmas gift is two awful teams playing each other on
Hey, but
Christmas
you know what
Day.
Ralph
Merry
says? There's
Christmas.
so many sports going on. If one of our teams isn't, then float over to basketball or football or whatever.
This is true, but I'm paying for Netflix to watch the world's crappiest game between the Cowboys and the Commanders. Battle the toilet.
Oh, that's all right. We can hang the toilet bowl. Say there's always soap.
I will watch every minute of it, though, because I'm a masochist.
Because that's what we do.
That's what we do.
That's right.
Thank you, Amy.
Thank you
Merry
very much.
Christmas
You
to you and
too.
yours.
Thank you very much.
Just
You
to you and
too.
yours.
Thank you very much.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. President Trump will meet today with Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu at Mr. Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate in Florida. They'll discuss implementation of Phase 2 of the Gaza ceasefire deal. President Trump is sounding upbeat following a weekend meeting with Ukrainian President Zelensky. Mr. Trump says we're closer than ever to a peace agreement to end the Russia-Ukraine war. Earlier, the president had what he described as an excellent 2.5-hour phone call with Russian President Vladimir Putin. In the air and on the sea, China's military is now conducting live fire drills off Taiwan. Investigators are at the scene of yesterday's deadly mid-air collision of two helicopters over southern New Jersey. One pilot was killed, the other was critically injured. The opening bell sounding on Wall Street, stocks starting off in the red. More details, srnnews.com.
It's time for the Chaves County Sports Report. Lots of basketball to be played starting today. Boys and girls basketball in Roswell. The Poke Horn Tournament, the annual Boys Hoops Festival, will begin today with Goddard playing host to Alamogordo at 7:30 tonight. Goddard's 4-2. Alamogordo is 6-2. Should be a good game. Roswell at 5-4 will be hosting a 1-10 Deming team. That's also at 7:30. Roswell's last outing was a victory over Oregon Mountain last week. And then the Goddard Holiday Classic for girls basketball starting today. Goddard plays against Belen at 2:30. Goddard's 5-5. Belen is 4-6. Roswell at 6-2 will host Deming. That starts at 2:32 today. And Deming is 2-5 overall. The sports report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. A winter weather advisory in effect around Roswell today. But for Carlsbad and Artesia, it's a winter storm warning. We could pick up 1 to 3 inches of snowfall. We'll stay in the low to mid 30s today. A little bit less snow around Roswell. For tonight, the snow showers continue. We're in the mid 20s. Back to sunshine on Tuesday with highs in the upper 40s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
All across America, this is the Red Apple Audio Network's Market Report, sponsored by Abacus Global Management.
Good morning. On another shortened week for many and for trading stocks. Stock averages open at or near record highs. Stocks often rise in the final trading days of the year this week and on the first 2 trading days of the new year. And there's optimism for stocks in 2026, too. They've risen this year despite talk about a stock market bubble, tariffs and inflation, and a government shutdown. Barron's Financial Weekly says they don't expect the stock market to be as strong in 26 after 3 years of outsized returns. But they do expect stocks that are underpriced will do well. As examples of underpriced stocks to look at for next year, they predict that Amazon, Bristol-Myers Squibb, Madison Square Garden Sports, Disney, and Visa will do well next year. The top stocks they chose for this year outperformed the S&P 500 index, which was up almost 18% this year. Sanofi bought Dynavax for $2 billion to get its hepatitis B and shingles vaccines. There is research showing the shingles vaccine may also reduce the likelihood of Alzheimer's. With business, I'm Joe Connolly.
This is the Red Apple Audio Network's Market Report, sponsored by Abacus Global Management.
What if the future of finance wasn't built around averages, but around you? At Abacus Global Management, we're reshaping financial planning around the most personal data point, your lifespan. But it's more than just insight, it's control. As a technology-driven asset manager, we're empowering investors with an integrated system to take command of your time, your future, your financial destiny. This is a new era of investing. Take control at abacusgm.com.
Artesia General Hospital presents ways to keep your home healthy this winter. Picture it, your home on a cool evening. The heater's humming, the family's cozy, and everyone is staying healthy because you planned ahead. Start with flu shots for the whole family and remind the little ones, washing hands is a superpower. Next, balance those holiday meals. Add roasted veggies, swap sugary drinks for water, and enjoy rich foods in smaller portions. And while you enjoy that warm indoor air, remember, your skin needs care too. Moisturize daily, run a humidifier, and drink plenty of water. A healthy home makes for a joyful season. These healthy living reminders are brought to you by Artesia General Hospital, ready to help take care of you and your family.
This is Melanie from Glenn's Furniture, and I'm here to tell you watching the game from a sorry recliner is not how life should be enjoyed. You could have a power recliner with an adjustable headrest in your favorite spot right now. American built and a solid guarantee are the reasons we stand behind our recliners, and you can be confident in the service we provide. So pull your backsides from that old chair and cheer for your team in style. Come down and see us at Glenn's on the corner of Union and Alameda, where delivery is free since 1953.
If you're missing a tooth or several teeth, a dental implant may be the ultimate solution. Implants look and feel so much like real teeth that you probably forget you have an implant. Maupin and Brown Dentistry is one of New Mexico's most experienced implant providers, with literally thousands of implant patients who are absolutely delighted with the results. Call Maupin and Brown today for an evaluation. You'll be surprised how affordable implants can be. Maupin and Brown, your choice for experienced, state-of-the-art dentistry.
The tool used to measure your feet at the shoe store is called a Brannock device. The person that measures your feet at home for no reason is called a creep with a foot fetish. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is closing on 8:56. Stay tuned next hour around 9:15 or so. We're going to replay our interview we had with Carl Shelton and Ethan Parman with the Conquistador Council with Scouting America here. We talked to him right before Christmas holiday, so there's a little bit of the Christmas wishes and things. But we kind of talk about 2026 and getting youth interested in scouting. So we had a great conversation there. We'll play that for you next hour. Don't forget, basketball gets underway today. The Pocorn Invitational Tournament and the Goddard Holiday Tournament both get underway here this afternoon for the Goddard Holiday Tournament. The girls' tournament, that gets underway at Ground Zero here at 1:30. The Pocorn Invitational will get underway at 6 p.m. this evening over at the Roswell gym. First off, I would say if you've got time and if this is that week off, you got a week off work and got some time, go make your way out to the gyms. You can get a pass for the entire tournaments, and that way you can enjoy a whole day of basketball. Go out there and root on the team, support some great schools from all over the state going to be competing at both the holiday tournament, Goddard Holiday Tournament, and the Pocorn. Get out there and enjoy it, and then, of course, support the boosters and buy a bunch of chips and snacks and things and help them out. But if you can't make it to the gym, or if you have to work, or if you got friends that are out of town that maybe they play, maybe they got family that play for some of the other schools, we are carrying all of the games from both the holiday tournament and the Pocorn on our website at ksvptv.com. There are going to be two channels. There's the Pocorn Invitational Tournament to watch all the games through there. And then the other channel is the Goddard Holiday Invitational Tournament. You can watch all those games through there. The games between Goddard and Roswell, those matchups, we will have announcers for those broadcasts on the video. All the other games not involving our local schools will have just be the video. There'll be audio, but there's no announcer. So you can hear the squeaks and the scoreboards and the announcer in the game talking, but we won't have an announcer on the game. So, which I know some people prefer it that way, but that's the way we have it. That way they can watch it, because that's a long haul. Because it's for the next several days here. It's going to be wall-to-wall basketball, both of these gyms, and it's a lot of games. So we got to give our announcers a break every once in a while. So they're just going to be doing broadcasts for their local schools here, but. All the games will be there to watch, and of course, if you can, get out to the gyms and root on the teams and enjoy some great basketball this week. And it's gonna be a lot of fun. I know Doug and Jocelyn, they're all getting ready to go do video and get those games ready for everybody. So get out there and have a good time. But KSVPTV.com, again, there'll be a Goddard Holiday Invitational channel there and then a Pocorn Invitational channel there. Either one, click to that. The Goddard tournament will get underway here at 1:30 this afternoon. The Pocorn at 6 p.m. this evening. And then for the next, I think, 3 days, basketball goes on here. So be careful out there. I know, to be honest, was it snowing, sweetie, when you were, did you see any snow? No. So I know that allegedly we're supposed to get some snow between here and 2. I think, and I haven't talked to anybody down in Artesia yet. They're supposed to get it worse down Artesia Carlsbad than we were from what I saw. So I don't know. I don't know if that's, I don't think that's going to impact any of the tournaments because I think the schools are here at that point. So they're not going anywhere. So, the games start today. I imagine some of them are already here. Most of them. There might be a few closer schools that are going to make their way today, but short of that, I think most of the schools are here. So I think we'll be all right. All right, it is 9 o'clock. Town Hall News is up next. We'll be back on the other side of news. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, or Roswell, New Mexico. We'll be back. Don't go away.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. I'm Rich Thomason. Could the new year bring an end to the war in Ukraine? President Trump is sounding cautiously optimistic. White House correspondent Greg Clugston reports on the president's weekend meeting with Ukrainian President Zelensky.
Donald Trump hosted the Ukrainian leader for talks in Florida, declaring that Ukraine and Russia are closer than ever before to a peace deal. However, both leaders acknowledge that difficult issues remain, including whether Russia can Ukrainian territory it controls. President Trump insisted that both countries want peace, but warned that negotiations could still break down. After their meeting, the two presidents called European leaders to discuss the latest developments. Greg Clugston, Washington.
Today, President Trump is hosting Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu at Mar-a-Lago. The two leaders are discussing implementation of Phase 2 of the Gaza ceasefire agreement. China once again flexing its military muscle off Taiwan, with its Army and Navy conducting live fire drills off the self-governed island that Beijing claims as its own.
Officials in Beijing say the purpose of this move is to warn against what it calls separatist and external interference forces. But Taiwanese officials say they're placing their forces on alert. They also call the Beijing government the biggest destroyer of peace. The drills come after Beijing expressed anger at American arms sales to Taiwan.
Correspondent Andrew Stewart says Taiwan is warning that the Chinese exercises will affect commercial air travel. Tens of millions of Americans are under winter storm advisories, watches, or warnings as a potent winter storm moves across the upper Midwest and the Great Lakes, with the Northeast next in line. Along with lots of snow, the storm is packing fierce winds and cold temperatures. The Dow down 227 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call low-cost airlines. Their prices are direct from the airlines, and they're so low you can't find these fares published anywhere. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, they can help you get there cheaply and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call right now for the lowest travel prices anywhere and for great last-minute travel deals too.
Call 866-755-5300. That's 866-755-5300. Again, that's 866-755-5300. Call us right now.
Foreign ministers from Cambodia and Thailand have convened with their Chinese counterpart to discuss the hardening tensions between the two Southeast Asian countries. The trilateral meeting is being held in a southwestern Chinese province north of the region. where the border dispute is still simmering, although 2 days ago Thailand and Cambodia signed a fresh ceasefire agreement. It ended weeks of fighting that killed more than 100 people and forced hundreds of thousands of others to be evacuated on both sides of the border. Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi has called for joint efforts to promote regional peace, stability and development. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
There's been a deadly train wreck in Mexico. At least 13 people killed, close to 100 injured in the derailment along a rail line that runs between the Pacific and the Gulf of America. Townhall.com. Elon Musk is slamming New York City's mayor-elect Zohran Mamdani for appointing a non-firefighter to head up the city's fire department.
The former White House advisor wrote in a post on the social platform X, which he controls, quote, "People will die because of this. Proven experience matters where lives are at stake." Despite White House opposition, Mamdani is set to take office in January and has appointed Lillian Bonsignor, a veteran emergency medical service leader, to lead the fire department of the city of New York. Bonsignor, who came out of retirement to accept the post, would be New York's first openly gay fire commissioner and the second woman to lead the department. Bernie Bennett reporting.
One pilot died, the others hospitalized with serious injuries following yesterday's mid-air collision between two helicopters. Happened in the skies over southern New Jersey. The Federal Aviation Administration and the National Transportation Safety Board are investigating. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The demolition, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3 of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell Talk FM. Happy Monday, that creamy Monday between Christmas and New Year's.
Weird period of days that nobody really counts as days.
It is it's like I should be doing something, but no one's doing anything. It's kind of like I'm work.
The good news is if you've got nothing better to do, why not go take in some basketball?
Yep, Pocorn. I was just telling about Pocorn is in the Goddard Holiday Invitational today. Yep. 1:30 p.m. The Goddard tournament gets underway. 6 p.m. the Pocorn. Go out there to both gyms. But like I said, the action at Goddard will kick underway at 1:30 and then Roswell High at 6 p.m. But then for the next, I think, 3 days, is none but wall-to-wall basketball. Both
wall-to-wall basketball.
And of course, if you can't be at the gyms, we will have all the games online at ksvptv.com. You can watch all the games there. We will have announcers for the local for the local games, Roswell Goddard games. We'll have an announcer for those. We'll have the video of the other games, no announcer, just the squeaks and the buzzes and the
which. That's the best part. You just, honestly, I'm one of those kind of people who put on like an 8-hour video of like rainfall to go to sleep.
Yeah.
If you just put on just the video of the game, you're just gonna hear squeak, 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 squeak. Yeah.
But but that's the thing. It's like that could be relaxing, but then that occasional or now subbing 14 or whatever. Yeah.
This is to keep you humble.
Yeah.
Sure, you're gonna get some nights. You're gonna get to sleep. but then every now and again we're just gonna you back to life, and then you'll drift back off to your squeaks and your gentle announcers.
Yeah, and I haven't done it in a minute, but I used to I did some of those sound things for a minute, and it's a double-edged sword because the thunderstorms are relaxing, but if you're laying there and you're hearing the trickle of the rain, you're like, I gotta pee.
That's why I had to stop using the waterfall one.
I think I switched to campfire
What's
crackle.
funny is you can find, like, if you're somebody who, say, for example, you grew up in, like, Chicago.
Yeah.
And, like, right in the heart of it. And you, let's say, marry a farmer. And you move out to, like, rural Kentucky. But you can't get to sleep without the constant sound of street horns and the train going by.
Yeah.
You can find a video of just Chicago at night and just put that on.
Yeah.
The internet has really solved many people's sleep problems. But have you seen the ones that are like the colors? Like there's one that's like, this is the green note, and it's supposed to elicit like calm and relaxation. I know we've all heard
about
the brown note. As soon as I said green note, I'm like, I know exactly where he's going to take this.
That's the only note I know about.
I know. But there is actually, it's called, it's not the brown note, but it's called brown noise.
Okay.
And it's supposed to like elicit like deep sleep.
Okay.
Like concentrated relaxation.
That reminds me of there was a movie in the early, I want to say late 90s, early 2000s called White Noise. And I think Michael Keaton was in it. And it was kind of a thriller. And he was talking to like his dead wife or something through the TV with she was leaving messages. That's the white noise part. It was through the static on the TV.
Right.
Yeah, I don't remember, but I think it ended up being nefarious. It's been a minute since I've seen that movie. But,
I mean, I imagine voices coming out of a TV can't ever end not nefariously.
Well, I mean, and I grew up in the age of Poltergeist, so that's traumatizing enough. The TV when Carrie Ann and then everyone talks about how that poor girl
2005.
That's when that movie came out?
Yeah.
I knew. I
Michael Keaton says Jonathan Rivers happily married to author Chandra West, Anna, but tragedy strikes when she's killed in an accident, deep in grief, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So he communicates with her through the TV.
So it was a little later than I thought. 05. I was like early 2000s. So I was off a couple of years.
Yeah. But some white noise. I often try to find like knowledge or something happening inside that white noise. That and also stare at the grains for a while just until an image pops up.
I also grew up in an age where they scrambled porn, and I tried to
He's not wrong.
delineate the thing when I was a child.
This might not be an argument that I want to take up, but I would argue that that's why an entire generation of people is like more attuned to sounds than they are to sights.
Maybe.
Is because we had to use our ears and our imaginations.
Well, and in all fairness...
Hi, Kim. How are you? Welcome to the room.
In all fairness, unless it's something like a show I'm like, okay, I want to be invested in this, I listen to TV more than I watch TV.
So Netflix does something very interesting.
Yeah.
Netflix has done the research and knows that you're watching the show while also probably scrolling on your phone.
Yeah.
So they have made it to where their shows explain themselves throughout like the show.
So you can pay
and you
attention?
know where I notice it more than anything else now that it was pointed out to me? Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Because you watch this is not spoilers for the first 4, but there was a part in like the middle of the 3rd episode where they all kind of meet up together, I think at the radio station.
Yes.
And they each and every one of them explain their like the plot up to this point and their job moving forward.
Sure.
It's all just out loud explained. It's almost like the people like the Duffer Brothers went, "Hey, y'all still listening here?"
That kind of reminds me of like when sitcoms do the reminisce episodes. They almost like explain everything and then they do back to the know season 2 whenever they're going to replay whatever they're talking about. Or whatever. Yeah, kind of reminds me of that. I know we got some snacks to try, and I've got an interview to get to that's like 30 minutes, so we probably need to snack.
So I'm going to start you off easy.
All right.
I went to a
Kim,
Korean...
do you want any on any of this?
I'll let you reserve your opinions on these.
Or Jocelyn, do you want any on this?
I went to again, you're totally up to you. I went to a Korean market in Midwest City, Oklahoma, and I was able to pick up a few things. I'll start you off easy. These are brown sugar and milk rice crackers.
Okay.
So it
probably
sounds
Sounds like it's going to taste like a rice cake that you put some honey on it.
That's kind of what I think, and it looks like a lot like almost like an oatmeal cream pie.
Yeah, I'll say
and
that.
Of course,
that actually doesn't look unappealing.
Japan is crazy about putting wrappers inside of wrappers.
I'm good. Thank you.
But again, these kind of nice and light.
Are they meant to get another 2 ones in there? I was like, are they meant to be eaten like a cooked sandwich?
But no, I think they're just 2 individual cookies.
Yeah, they are.
Doesn't smell. Actually, it smells.
They're lighter
delightful.
than I thought.
It smells wonderful. So very light, and not rice cakey like I thought it was going to be. Ooh, I like the lightness.
It tastes rice cakey.
It does, but I like how light it is.
You want to try it, Speedy? It's not disgusting.
We're getting there.
I gotta be honest. It's not bad. It's like a gingerbread cookie and a rice cake had a kid. And this thing shot out.
Right. Now, I know we're pressed for time, so I'm going to skip the second one. I'm just going to show you what it was. I picked this up. This is called Inarizushi no Moto. It is seasoned fried bean curd.
Let's do it.
We're going to skip. I was going to skip it for now. We don't have really enough time. But this is the main event.
I'm down for that. I can try. That doesn't sound too bad.
Day. We'll try that tomorrow, yeah. We'll say that. This is what I picked up. I'm like, oh, Mike's going to love this. So, Korea, Japan, they're known for one specific thing, and that is milkies. I've never personally had this, but I've heard a lot about it. Are you familiar with this?
No.
It is a milk-based soda.
Ooh, this could not be good. This might be bad.
It's described as a creamier cream soda. Is how I've heard it described. This is the peach flavor.
All right.
So, I figured
I don't think I'm going to like this one. Just
crack it open. Now, I will say it is an interesting off-white color.
Now, is this cold or warm?
It's cold.
Okay.
It's I put it in the chiller. All right, so I'm going to pour out just a little bit here for each of you.
This is starting to feel like a Jones soda all over again.
Take a look at the color here. It's a little...
Looks like snot.
It's a little milky, as mentioned. All right. Pass this out to you. Here's yours.
All right, it looks more like milk in the.
It really does look a lot more like milk.
But pouring in it does not.
No, it's very off pale white.
Actually, Yeah, it doesn't feel peachy.
Actually, yeah, the peach is coming through. All right, here we go. Bottom.
Right. Okay.
It's not as milk forward as you would expect.
It is way tastier than I thought it was going to be. You want to try a sip? I was expecting gross. It's almost like a fruity 7-Up-y kind of taste to it.
That's actually really nice.
Carbonated drink.
Yeah.
Like a cream soda.
I'm pleasantly surprised.
Like peaches and cream.
I was expecting, oh boy, Jones soda situation.
And that's what I was thinking, because when I saw milk-based soda, I'm like, oh, this is going to destroy Mike.
I'm not a peach fan, so that's not my. I'd like to try a different flavor. But
they had green grape and I think apple.
But as a beverage, it's not bad.
It's not. Yeah, I wouldn't kick it out of bed. Oh. It really does. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of feel very.
And it's
you want to
not,
break it up with some maple brown sugar?
Oh, she's on 4, and it's not like a American peach, like a Georgia peach flavor. It's their version of a peach. It's kind of a lighter.
It tastes like a boba tea.
Like their green.
You know what it tastes like? It tastes like a peach scratch and stiff.
Like a sticker. Like you just drank a sticker.
Like when you scratch and stiff the peach sticker, right? It tastes like that.
It's delightful. I mean,
like I smell it more than I taste it.
I know they have these at Asian Market. As far as these or the other stuff,
I've been curious about the green grape one. That might be a delightful beverage.
I think I'm going to hit Nook up at some point this week and try to see if I can have her make me some kimchi. After everything,
you know,
down.
Speaking of soup season, that red soup sheet. I have to talk about that. All right, it is 9:17. We need to get our interview going and all that. We had an interview with the folks from the Conquistador Council talking some scouting with us here in just a little bit. Before we do that, though, let's get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. A winter weather advisory in effect around Roswell today. But for Carlsbad and Artesia, it's a winter storm warning. We could pick up 1 to 3 inches of snowfall. We'll stay in the low to mid 30s today. A little bit less snow around Roswell. For tonight, the snow showers continue. We're in the mid 20s, back to sunshine on Tuesday with highs in the upper 40s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 35 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 48% with winds out of the south at 8 miles per hour. We do have a winter weather advisory in effect through 11 p.m. this evening. We do have a chance to see some snow here. We're looking at a 60% chance of snow here till about 2 p.m. Cloudy and a high of only 33 today, so it's not. Well, it says 35 now, so they already busted that one, but it's not getting warm. Southeast winds at around 5 miles per hour. They're saying total daytime accumulation less than an inch, so don't expect much here. Tonight, there's a 30% chance of snow showers before 8. Little to no accumulation expected there. Could see some freezing fog overnight before 5 a.m. For the evening, cloudy. Gradually becoming partly cloudy as the night progresses. Overnight low of 25. For Tuesday, freezing fog till about 8, but mostly sunny for the day. Warming up to near 50, 49, so a little warmer, but not what I'd call warm. Winds will be out of the south at around 5 miles per hour. Tuesday night, partly cloudy, overnight low of 24. Wednesday, we're up into the upper 50s, sunny and 58 for a high. Wednesday night, mostly cloudy with an overnight low of 34. For New Year's Day, we're looking at a 20% chance of rain and snow showers before 11, but warming up for the day, partly cloudy, 68 for a high. And then Friday, sunny and 71, and the weekend looking nice too. Sunny and 70 on Saturday, mostly sunny, 69 on Sunday. All right, 9:20, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we're going to play our interview with the Conquistador Council and Scouting America. That's up next. Don't go away.
Wait, stop the countdown. This is your last chance to get massive savings during the year-end sales event at Roswell Ford. We need to sell 55 vehicles this week, so we'll do whatever it takes to make a deal. Plus, Roswell Ford needs your trade today, so we are willing to overpay, even if you owe thousands more than it's worth, regardless of make, miles, or condition. So you can upgrade to a new Ford with 0% financing for 60 months, 0 down payment, and 0 payments till March 2026. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. Roswell Ford has partnered with more aggressive lenders who will push to approve your credit even if it's less than perfect. All roads lead to huge American-made savings. 0 down, 0 APR, and 0 payments till March 2026. Get on board at Roswell Ford, 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com.
Interest accrues from date of sale. 0 APR is $16.67 per thousand financed on 2025 F-150s, subject to lender approval. Offers not combined on select vehicles.
Get a built-in look with a Whirlpool flush mount dishwasher that installs flush with the surrounding cabinets at Bush Appliance in Roswell. A third rack provides space for silverware and hard-to-fit utensils. Plus, this dishwasher meets ADA standards for acceptable design. Shop Whirlpool dishwashers today at Bush Appliance in Roswell. Who you gonna call? Bush Appliance. Stop by 111 West Country Club Road in Roswell or call 575-622-6390. Happy Honda Days are here. A great new ride and just in time for the best deal of the year. Get 4.99% APR for 60 months on 2025 Honda Pilot EXL, 3.99% for 60 months on 2026 CR-V Sport Hybrid, or 2.99% for 60 months on 2025 Honda Accord Hybrid EXL. Plus, own a 2026 Honda Civic Hybrid Sport Hatchback in as little as 48 months at 4.49%. Happy Honda Days on now at Roswell Honda, 2177 West
Here's
2nd.
Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Bamboo plants can grow up to 36 inches in a day. So if you're told you're growing like a weed, you can say, no, I'm growing like a bamboo. Here's Mike Winters.
In studio this morning, now officially here. Carl Shelton, of course, CEO here, Scout Executive for the Conquistador Council, and also Ethan Parham, who's part of the Conquistador Council board as well. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
And Merry Christmas.
Happy
New Year.
Merry
Happy
Christmas,
holidays.
indeed.
Yeah,
Merry Christmas.
We're less than a week out, and I know, of course, I imagine there's a lot of, because I'm sure each of the scout troops and things have little Christmas get-togethers and some. So I imagine there's a lot of shindigs to get to over this time of year between the different scout packs and troops, and of course, the council, dinner, Christmas, what have yous, and all that stuff. So kind of a busy time of year for partying and rubbing elbows.
Yep, it is that season, isn't it? I've lost track of how many things I've been to this season.
Right. So much finger food in the last month.
A lot of finger food. Lots of finger
and I'm
food.
losing my shirt on white elephant gifts.
How'd you do that? Is my question.
Because I keep having to bring another $25 gift. And are they going up every year?
Yeah.
The last one was like, well, $35 limit. I'm like, what happened to $10
Yeah, it
gifts?
used to be 10, and now it's like, we'll keep it under 100. What? Don't worry, I'll have no problem doing that.
And I got a whole bunch of stuff that I really don't want. And, I think the next time I'm just regifting stuff.
I think if I do it from now on, I'm going to say dollar store. Like, you can only buy Christmas gifts from a dollar store, and go from there.
I like what we did for my work. We chose any kind of gift.
Okay.
And it was going to the Kids Cancer Center
nice.
in Austin.
Okay.
No, Fort Worth. It's one of the. It was
So basically, you get to buy toys for kids, and whatever you're into, you can kind of live through it, because like, I've always wanted that G.I. Joe, or I always wanted that Barbie, or whatever it is, and you buy it. It's for the kids, and you play with it for a minute, and then you.
That's basically what half of us did. That's basically what half of us did, and it was worth it.
All right. Like to this day, I still want because I had one when I was a kid, and I really need it. The old school Bionic Man with the.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, you're probably. I don't know if you. It was that the one. The one I had. You could actually look through the back of his head and see the eye. Yeah.
Before my time.
Yeah,
before my time.
And a button to make the arm go. The bionic arm.
I think if you have one in mint shape, I think it's worth the money now. But the Steve Austin $1 Million Man, $6 Million Man model. Yeah, I want one of those. That and Stretch Armstrong. Which I achieved. My friend and I achieved the what's inside of a Stretch Armstrong. I'm an Eagle Scout. I was a curious lot. I used to, you know how that goes. A lot of Eagle Scouts, they get into things before they become Eagle Scouts. Truth. We speak from experience, but yeah, all joking aside here, really, scouting is kind of doing well right now. We got a lot of great stuff going on. Of course, as we turn to 2026 here, a lot of exciting things for the new year. It's a good time if you're wanting to, if your family's thinking about, investing time and energy into scouting. This is a great time to do it, because there's so many opportunities literally for your entire family right now.
Absolutely. And, one of the things that we're working on is a partnership right now with Boys and Girls Club of Chavis and Lincoln County. And we have a program in scouting. We call it Scout Reach. It allows us to reach out and help in a combination of the rural and urban areas to work with youth and get them involved. And so we're now delivering the Cub Scout programming, and we're about to start the Scouts BSA inside the club program.
Oh, excellent.
They started in November having some of their first pack meetings and doing the activities. And my understanding is that first joining rank, a Bobcat that gets you going, just about all of the students there have completed that. So they're all going to get their Bobcat rank.
It makes them official.
It makes them official.
Really
Absolutely.
Official. Well, and that's great too, because obviously so many things that Boys and Girls Club, what they do with youth, there is a lot of common ground there with scouting and everything else. So it's great to see that Boys and Girls Club students can get reinforced in those values through scouting, and vice versa. Those scouts get Boys and Girls Club influence reinforced through their Boys and Girls Club activities too. So it's really a win-win there.
And all of us that are serving youth in this community, whether it's 4-H, Scouts, Boys and Girls Club, character counts, we're all in this for the same purpose. We want to help develop and grow great young people to turn into great adults. We're that upstream program is what they call it, so that they may not need as much assistance downstream. And And so when we can collaborate with another organization and say, we can help you accomplish your mission and you help us accomplish ours, we all grow better together.
Absolutely. So, by default, if you're in Boys and Girls Club, want to learn more about scouting, or through scouting, want to learn more about what, and come on and head down out to the Boys and Girls Club, and they'll be able to, like you said, you can start joining that pack right now here, and give them a few years, and they'll be up in the more, a little older into the scouting level here.
Well, and actually we'll have, Cub Scouts in all of our programs goes through that 10-year-old 5th grade and then 6th grade. Well, they have 6th, 7th, and 8th graders there as well. And so, we're going to kick off a scout troop as well.
Great.
By the end of the year. So they'll be starting their work on their program there and getting their scout and tenderfoot and moving on as they choose.
Eagle Scouts maybe come out of that.
It
right there.
certainly is a possibility.
Absolutely. And just gee whiz curious, is that because obviously females are now allowed part in scouting, will they have both for that particular, or is that going to be a male? And then, because obviously we do have female packs and troops and things like that. How does that one fall under?
So in this one, we're doing combined units.
Okay.
That's an allowed option for them. And so all the kids work together, and
Excellent.
then even by grade.
So it's all co-ed across the board.
So it is all throughout there, and they are, and then they break out by 2 grade groups, so that they're kind of working on projects that are age appropriate inside of that.
Yeah, you don't want to hit them with something that's like, well, they're not seeing that till high school. Well, yeah, we get that. We'll get that.
Yeah. And then while their activities are all centered around what's happening at the club, it's also something where we'll be offering and extending opportunities for those youth to participate in all our other activities that we'll have, our day camps, the scouts coming up to summer camp, anything we can do to help enrich their overall scouting experience and make it what they want it to be.
Speaking of that, evolution, and this might be a transition here, but, I could even see to evolve where they could come up with a unique Explorer Post program out of that Boys and Girls Club scouting partnership there.
That's our exploring program. That's the Explorer Club. That's up to 8th grade, and I could certainly see that coming there. That's our career field side, and the clubs just kind of dabble in different careers. But then
I could see it evolving into something perhaps. Where they take a niche interest in something, and the next thing you know, they Explorer Post just about that subject. Rises from the ashes.
Yeah.
That, so
and we've got our great Explorer Post happening right now.
Yeah.
Our medical post is over at Eastern.
Yeah.
And
the folks that maybe young folks that have an aspirations to join really probably any aspect of the medical field, from nursing to doctors to the techs, this is an opportunity for these explorers to kind of dabble in those and kind of find their niche in the medical field.
Yeah. The volunteers that run that are hospital medical professionals, and they work with the youth to really tailor the program to what the youth are interested. So if you have a group that's saying, we really want to learn more about blood or about x-rays or about what have you, they work inside the hospital to get them the best access they can possibly get at that age range.
Absolutely.
And learn what it is.
And that's a fine time to learn that you don't do blood well or do blood well. Because, a couple weeks into nursing school and you find out, oh, I pass out when I see, that's not the time to learn that.
No, that's
that factoid.
That's not the best time.
And to be honest, I learned mine in scouting.
Yeah.
Because I had to do some first aid one time, and my dad, and he got a head wound, and that's when I about fainted because, head wounds, they bleed.
Yeah.
And that's when I saw that one, and I got weak knee, and I was like, I just learned something about me today. I'm about to pass out. And that's I learned. Medical career field, not so much for me. But, and what I love is they get to do, but this is the great stuff about the Explorer programs is it's okay if this is not your niche, there are other different groups with other different, and we are looking for more opportunities. And this is where adults and other groups, if you're good at welding or something like that, we can start an Explorer Post dedicated to that type of thing.
Right, to welding or to the trades in general, where a couple of people professional in that area can come together.
Yeah, the possibilities. I know we've had some dabbling with law enforcement and things, so that's what we're saying. There's more opportunities there. So if someone's listening and they're saying, man, I think, you know what, or mechanics, automotive, maybe there's an automotive explorer post. A group of people want to work on cars and trucks. That'd be a great one, and that's, again, that's a good way to translate into career opportunities.
Yeah. And that's the best thing. I'll just speak from my experience. That was learning that.
Yeah.
And just growing as I was growing up and then learning all that. And then trying, like you said, trying to find, okay, I don't work here. It doesn't work there. But then it's the best opportunity for them to learn it. And
absolutely. And this is what scouting to me is all about, is yes, it provides that foundation for youth to whatever their paths are, they've got the tools to navigate it. But then the other side of it is there are so many different unique experiences in scouting that very much involve getting knee deep in mud and dirt and camping, but there's just as much of it sitting behind a keyboard and sitting in a computer doing, that scouting just throws so much at a child to see what they interest in, and not all of it's going to stick. Someone will say, I hate rock climbing. All right, but you know what? They love woodworking, or they love nature, and they love plant identification. They love animals, and they really took to the nature area, or they took to shooting sports. Now they're avid outdoorsmen here, or whatever that is. Scouting shows them these different opportunities here,
and plus the other opportunities of actually going to the jamboree and NOAC and all that.
Yes, exploring other places. Yeah, like I'm a little bit a unicorn on this one in scouting, but I got to go to Australia. I got to go. Not every scout gets to do that, but scouting gave me that opportunity that I would have never had that chance as a 14-year-old to go do something like that.
And the way that we make it happen is through everything from those small meetings to those epic adventures like to Australia. But, at its core, we are teaching youth at their various age levels decision-making, leadership, applying morals and ethics into decisions that they're making. And the best part is they don't even know it's happening.
Absolutely.
We really appreciate when parents partner with us and use us as the tool to help raise their kids, because that's your decision as a parent, is what are you going to put in your child's life, and we're proud to have a great program to do that.
Well, there's a reason why, before every scout meeting they say the scout oath, they say the scout law and the 12 points, and if you ever listen to those, that's what a scout lives by. That's, when it comes to when we see a scout, what can you expect when you meet this individual? The 12 points of the scout law, exemplifying every one of those in their own way, shape, or form. And all of them speak to those, reverent, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful. These are all things that every parent, I think, wants to teach their children. They want all of these things in their children. And scouting, we're not trying to replace parents, but we're a great reinforcement for that. And so, when you teach them these lessons, we help them put it into practice and get a chance for them to see it firsthand.
Yeah.
And they may not see it at first. It's like me. I didn't see it till actually a few years ago.
I just rubbed off me last week. I was kidding.
No, but it was. I just noticed it was probably when I started what I'm doing now, and it was just like, oh, okay, yeah, I see it now.
Yeah, it's. And to be honest, I didn't see it at the time either. Growing up, I'm just thinking I'm camping and, I'm doing this, I'm going to Australia. But now as an adult, I'm just like, I would have never got to do, this. Wow, I got to do. And, oh yeah, I remember that. And I got put in, like, let's face it, every scouting experience is not a success. Sometimes there's failures. Sometimes the camping trip doesn't go well.
And you learn so much.
And that's the beauty of it.
That's the very beautiful part of it.
Yeah.
I had to explain this to somebody. I'm like, you can't learn from success. It's better to learn from failure or a minor mistake. I mean, any kind of mistake or a failure. It's like you learn from and you grow. And I learned that from scouting. And that to me was like, there's the building blocks. There's part of the building blocks, actually.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. And that's the beauty of it is, because it's a humbling experience when they go on the hiking trip and they're like, wait a minute, you didn't bring any moleskins or anything like that? You sure wish you brought some now, don't you?
Brings out the duct tape.
Yeah.
And that's just it. We provide just enough safety buffer around to let you learn. I still remember, you're a scout, you're learning, you're cooking that meal, and you may destroy it, but somebody's going to walk by and make sure you actually cooked that chicken enough that nobody's going home, running to the hospital. They're coming by.
It's going to be crunchy,
you
but
might want to cook that a little bit more. Rare is not a chicken.
No, leave it on there a little bit longer.
Hey, a little dirt on a hot dog ain't hurt nobody.
No,
it doesn't.
We create that safety zone.
Absolutely.
To fail in a way that lets you learn and come back.
Well, and
better.
It creates the confidence because when they do have the success later, or when they learn from the mistake, and they next thing you know, they went from that disaster meal to like, oh my goodness, this one turned out pretty all right. That's the victory moment.
To some of the stuff that you could see a scout putting together in a Dutch oven, and you're like, I couldn't bake that in my kitchen with every implement in there. It's just astounding.
I'm not going to lie.
And then when you can recreate it when you're older, it's just amazing.
Exactly.
Oh, you get all the oohs and the ahs.
I'm not trying to make any of my moms or grandmoms mad, but some of the best baked goods I've ever had came out of a Dutch oven at a campfire. I'm just saying,
that's the truth.
People, I'm not trying to besmirch my grandma's cooking, but
there's something magic about camp. Camp just makes it better.
Well, smoke makes it better.
He's not lying on that, Carl. He's really not lying on that.
But this is the cool part of scouting, and I think, and every person gets to make what they want of it here, and obviously in the younger levels, yes, it's really the fundamental stuff, a lot of that. But as they get a little older, the program evolves with them, and they get to quote unquote get into bigger and better things and see a little more things. And then obviously if they want to continue on through the exploring program, then they can really get into and niche to and hone in on exactly what they're wanting to do, or use that as another thing that's like, hey, I'll go check out 30 Explorer posts and find out if I like it and see which one sticks. That's the beauty of scouting, is all of that's there. And the great part is you can do it as a family too, because especially at those first levels, when we're getting into the Tiger and Cub Scout levels, parents are at all levels they're an integral part, but especially that, because a lot of times you're the den leaders, you're the ones that are having the pack meetings at your homes, and you're doing the projects and things. When they get to Boy Scouts, it gets a little more where it shifts from where the parents take a back. They're always there to put out fires, but the youth start running the program. They start planning, organizing. When they go on a camping trip, it's your patrol leaders and senior patrol leaders, your older youth that are saying, okay, how much money we got food? Who's going to bring the food? How much we got us buying for food? Where are we going? Hey, does everybody have a logistic ride to get there? Does everybody got that? It's the youth that make sure that, not the adults.
That I can say from experience was probably the best thing to learn, was like how to plan everything, how the leadership structures, and you learn the leadership structure from it. And some say, well, I'll never use that later in life. And then kind of like you and I and Carl, like later, it's like, oh,
you use it every day. You just don't realize
it. It's like, it's there.
Yeah, it's different. Yeah, you're not planning a camping trip lunch. You're planning some kind of CEO retreat or some kind of business retreat or some business thing. It all translates. Or your civic organizations, as you get involved. But that's what scouting brings. And so now's a good time to maybe, while over the holiday break here, sit down with your families and say, hey, maybe in the new year we go to your local scout. There's always, odds are, if you're living here in anywhere in Chaves County, you're probably a scout troop within a few blocks or a few miles of you, guaranteed.
Absolutely.
And we can absolutely help you find one. Just get online. There is a couple of other programs and events we want to put on people's radar. I know we kind of got philosophical on everybody, but I know we talked a little bit about. You want to talk a little about Lone Scout program? We kind of covered most of that.
Well, Lone Scout's kind of its own unique thing, and it's really created for scouts for youth who don't regularly get close to that area, and so it's specifically rural, overseas, things like that.
Gotcha.
So, for any of our folks who they're not coming back to town if they don't have to, maybe they're homeschooling, maybe they find themselves moving around a lot, it's a great way to use the scouting program to develop your youth. They can still tie into all the offerings that we have.
Okay.
And we'd love to help anybody do that. And there's still a place for them to have the relationships that scouting can provide, but it just doesn't mean you're going to show up every week to the same type of of location and meeting.
Gotcha.
So
as the joke started, I was like, well, I guess you're senior patrol leader and patrol leader now.
So there are different ways that we approach the leadership, and there are different ways we do that. But yes, there is that sense of, well, I'm planning for a camp out of one. It's usually a parent or a grandparent or somebody else partner to help them go through that, but they can do a lot of that same discovery process and use scouting and reap the benefits of earning the awards and putting those things on their resume for their life sometimes.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, I mean, as we all know as Eagle Scouts here that, that does, your Eagle Scouts are like Marines. Once a Eagle Scout, always an Eagle Scout. There's no such thing as I was an Eagle Scout, you're an Eagle Scout. But that literally, I know for a fact, I joined the Air Force afterwards. I had one stripe on my arm after basic, solely for the fact that I'm an Eagle Scout. That was the only reason why I got that. I know many other people have experienced. I know even like college and things that was the linchpin that got them in. That kind of thing.
Look at who's in the academy. Being an Eagle Scout is one of the strongest things you can do. You need the grades, but if you've got an Eagle Scout on it, it is really a strong indicator of your possibility of success.
Well, there's three of them
academy.
in the room here. We all know personally firsthand what Eagle means in our own individual lives and things that, and I think that's why three of us are talking as passionately about scouting, because all three of us grew up in the program. All three of us, in some way, shape, or form, owe to where we're at today because of what scouting did for us,
and being second generation of doing it does help with it. And then I don't think Carl knows this, but actually my grandparents worked at Philmont.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
My dad's parents worked at Philmont and did a lot of the stuff over there and did a lot of PAC stuff.
That's a beautiful country up there.
Oh, it is absolutely beautiful up there. And we talk about being Eagle Scouts, but I don't want to diminish somebody's experience if they're in our program for a year, for 4 years. Sometimes you've learned the things in that stage, and you're better for it, and then you pursued something else, and that's okay.
I know a lot of people that just spent a couple years in Scouts, but they still attribute that time in scouting to some of their successes today. That's absolutely. I know. I mean, of course, being in scouting, we had a bunch of friends in scouting, and not all of them were Eagle Scouts. And so you go to meet them later, and they're, matter of fact, one of my best buddies, he was Capitol Police, and matter of fact, during January 6th, he was one of the people that was famous. Him and I grew up in scouting together. I mean, we were friends in the neighborhood, but we were in scouting and everything else too. And much of where he's at today, scouting, though he didn't become an Eagle Scout, but he,
there's a few of my friends that are the same way, but they attribute scouting to it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's the things you did, the fun you get, and let's face it, like you, kind of what you said earlier, you get to get into trouble a little bit without getting in trouble, and what I mean, you get to test the envelope, you get to get put in situations like, we better do something about this, or things are going to turn bad, and or if we don't prepare, some things will turn, and that's the beauty, is you get put in scenarios that feel real world, but at the end of the day, there's always a safety net nearby. You know what I mean? There just is. There's that thing. They don't know it. They don't realize it, but it's always there.
But testing the boundaries is actually one of the good things. Let's go up to this point, then you see the leaders going, oh, wait. But, okay, there you go.
Yeah. And so scouting is very much, make this year the year you make, come to a meeting, come to an event, come to like I know like in schools and stuff, you'll see scouting nights probably here in the spring and in the late winter here. Go to those events, be a part of that, see what scouting's about, talk to your friends. Maybe you got some of the families that are also, and see what they, and there's a reason why it's tradition too. Like my brother, he's kind of like me. He was Eagle Scout, World Jamboree. He's now at that age. He's a Scoutmaster now at a troop because his boys are finally in the Boy Scout, old enough to be in the program. And now my brother's a Scoutmaster at a troop in Virginia, and it's like all over again, except for the different perspective. As a kid, we're now seeing it from the adult perspective. And he's talking about places we went camping and how he's, remember that place we went to? I'm going to bring my boys to this camp and all that. He's the same kind of deal, and it's kind of a full circle moment. And that scouting's a great program because just by that alone, it creates those kinds of memories and those kinds of situations.
And if you're somebody who doesn't have kids, we don't want you to tune out and stop listening, or maybe they're grown. We would love to have your involvement. One of the things we'd love to have you look at is we have 130-something different merit badges, and we're looking for people who want to share their experience and their expertise. A merit badge counselor can be anything from somebody who basically verifies that work's done, where the scout may show up and say, hey, I've all done all this, and your job is to look at it and do a little coaching and counseling, maybe on how they wrap that up and verify, to running a class. Say, I'd love to do something here, whether it's at our office or at a park, a camp, or your shop, and let's partner with you, bringing that passion to light in somebody else's life. And we all have to prepare the next generation for life, and whether it's an entire exploring post like what we talked about in a career field, or whether it's just that passion. And 134 of them. I mean,
it's very broad.
It is.
Like, I just off the top of your head, stamp collecting is a merit badge. If you collect stamps, you could teach that. There's a radio merit badge, believe it or not. Photography, computer stuff. Of course, camping, archery, shooting sports. Orienteering. And that's what kind of Carl's like. Some, depending on the merit badge and the requirements. Obviously, like wilderness survival, there's certain requirements you got to do, and you got to build a lean-to. So guess what? You're going to have to be out in the woods or something for some of this. But stamp collecting or some of the computer software or some of those merit badges, that literally is something you could do in a
cybersecurity and game design are some of the newest merit badges. But atomic energy, you name it.
Stuff even like citizenship. If you're a teacher and you teach history or things, there's the citizenship merit, and these are required Eagle merit badges. And so if you're interested in teaching that kind of stuff, that this is part of scouting as well too. So environmental science, and that's one of the Eagle win. So if you're into science and things and want to work with youth and science, their merit badge counselor is a great one to do that.
So we would love to have anybody who'd like to share their passion become a merit badge counselor. You do have to pass a background check. Everybody gets their background check.
Anytime you deal with youth, there's lots of paperwork and a lot of videos.
And, lots of videos. And take your appropriate training. But after that, we'd love to have you inside partnering with us. So.
And the cool moment's going to happen when you have that kid that has the light bulb moment, that has the moment. And as a merit badge counselor, you get that, especially because you get kids and you're teaching your passion, you're teaching what you're into, and you're getting to experience, and it's just a win-win. I think it's a great way to, if you're not familiar with scouting, a great way to kind of dabble a little bit and see what scouting is.
Yeah, you need no scouting background to be a merit badge counselor. We'll help you figure it all out.
Just the background on which the merit badge of which you're instructing on. So that's another great way. I know that this is not till February here, but we do want to put this on people's radar here.
Do you know how close February is?
That's very close. In my head, Christmas is still a week away, and so I'm like, it's not. It's next year. That's how I'm rationalizing. It's next year, but and ideally, it's about a month and some change away.
About 6 weeks from now, Saturday before Super Bowl, we'll have our council annual banquet, and we'll have our Eagle Patio dedication.
That's one of the cool things. I really love the Conquistador. This is a cool tradition I've seen since I've come out here, where if you're an Eagle Scout and you earned your Eagle in the Conquistador Council, your name is dedicated on a patio that's at the Scout headquarters, and every year they add the new stone or block containing the new Eagle Scout class and so they'll do the 2025 class here in about 6 weeks on February 7th.
Yeah, so. And if you've got if you're one of our scouts or one of your scouts your Eagle Scouts is in the family, and they're coming into town, come by. Take a picture with the patio. Take a little memory. Sign our guest book. We'd love to have you stop by and see us.
Absolutely, but definitely more than welcome and invited to come to the ceremony. It's a short ceremony. It's about half hour, 40 minutes, and we get the chance to honor the Eagles. And usually every year it's usually half dozen or so, 4 to 6 about every year that we get to honor each year. And it's kind of and I've been honored to kind of MC that event for the last half dozen years or so here. So I've been very honored to do that. It's just a real cool thing, and to me, that's the cool part because I get to see these young men and women, that are Eagle Scouts, and that because to me, you see the world and you see things, and you're like, man, this is crazy and all that, and you kind of feel hopeless, and then I meet Scouts, and I'm like, we're good. There's going to be enough youth to take over the reins when we're sitting here yelling at people to get off our lawn on the porch here in a minute. So, but definitely mark that down for February 7th, and that'll be on at the Conquistador Council.
That'll be the Conquistador, and then that later that afternoon we do have, our annual banquet.
Yeah,
and that's been growing, and the number of people attending. So if you've been tied into our scouting in any place, it is a great time to connect with some old friends, celebrate the wins in our council, recognize some of our great volunteers. So we'd love to have you come join it. It's only $20 for adults, $10 for youth. Come have a fantastic meal and just enjoy one another.
Absolutely, have some good. It's a good chance to catch up and things like that too. And of course, we're running short on time here, but we definitely want to. Another great way to support is through Friends of Scouting financially. Donating to Scouting. If you donate to the Conquistador Council, that really helps through programs through all the Scouts throughout the Conquistador Council. Of course, if you have individual troops you want to earmark things to and stuff, that by all means go for it. But if you're kind of like, well, I don't have a troop attached to, just directly through the Conquistador Council will be a great way, and that impacts all Scouts throughout southeast New Mexico here.
Absolutely,
so great way. Probably, but best way to do that is go to the website, maybe.
Just go to our website, nmscouts.org. The donate page is linked right off the front. Who wouldn't do that? And if you're looking at your end of year giving, or as you're planning your next year giving, as some people really do look ahead, we'd love to be a part of the consideration. The money you give really does have a direct impact in the lives of youth.
Absolutely, yeah. It's really neat where scouting. It's because it's just unique where it's got the big support, the big thing, but when it comes to some of the troop and day-to-day activities, a lot of that's grassroots, and so a lot of times when you make these donations, it helps towards those kinds of things, and so that's the really cool part about it. So a great way if maybe you do have Scouts that are parent kids that it's been a few years since they were at Scouts, if you'd like to contribute, be a friend of Scouting is a great way to do that, and of course. Like you said, you can always donate to individual packs and too.
On the flip side of that, if there's a family that wants to join and money is the barrier to your membership, let us know. We have some money that we've received for scholarships just for that purpose. So we appreciate those who give.
Money should not be a hurdle for
and it should not be the reason you don't join Scouting.
Yep, and trust me. As three people in the room that got to really experience Scouting to its fullest extent, Scouting makes great human beings. At the end of the day, it's such a fun ride for the youth and to go through. But at the end of the day, it churns out great human beings. That's what Scouting does. So I'd ask you to look into it. Come in and come to the Eagle Dedication February. Come find a pack or a troop near you. If you can't find one, don't hesitate to reach out. If you're a Facebook user, type in Conquistador Council, and it should pop right up. Start spelling, you'd be like CON and then a Q. By that time, it should start popping up.
It will pop up.
It's like, I don't know how to spell Conquistador. By the time you get to the Q, you should be good. If you can get to the Q, you'll be all right. Yep. Is there anything we missed, guys? Is there anything we wanted to cover that we just...
we're excited. We're looking forward to 2026 as we launch our next year. And if you'd like to be a part of anything that we're doing, spring, fall, we have great summer camps and things. And so please come visit and check us out.
Absolutely.
Beautiful summer camps.
Yeah.
Beautiful summer camps.
Yeah, Wahinape, that's a treat. You ought to get, hopefully, maybe we'll get an opportunity. And this is the perfect time to start getting into Scouts now, and they'll be ready come summertime for their first summer camp here.
Yeah, and unlike some camps, you go with friends, and instead of just showing up and looking around saying, I don't know anybody here, can I stay home tomorrow? So
and while you're at summer camp, you get to meet new friends from out either from other towns or other states.
Absolutely, because you go as a troop and everything, but then you get in your merit badge classes, and there'll be kids from other troops and other parts of the state or the region, and they'll be taking a camping merit badge or one of the rifle and shotgun merit badge or whatever, something like that. It's really cool, and then a chance to get to be outdoors and smell nature and do stuff. And by the way, phones don't work up there. No data, no nothing. It's like the pioneer days up there. You want to make a phone call? You better chance writing a letter. I'm kidding. They have access, just don't tell the kids. We don't need them.
We do limit our internet to adults and staff only.
Yes, right, yes. But for the kids concerned, the phones don't exist.
Their phone is a camera for the week.
Exactly. They do not get to make phone calls because there's no signal. Good deal. Well, thank you guys. We'll see you here in 2026.
It's a pleasure. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. And we look for bigger, better, exciting things for 2026 for the Conquistador Council. It was a good 2025 was a good one.
Yeah, it was.
Let's make 2026 even better. So
absolutely.
Good deal. Well, thank you guys. And,
thank you.
We'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Joe, thank you so much for allowing us to be a part of your day. If you missed any part, you can log on to ksvptv.com, click on the Mornings with Mike Winters channel, and find it all there. Don't forget, the Goddard Holiday Invitational Tournament gets underway at 1:30 today. The Pocorn gets underway at 6 p.m. ksvptv.com. We have all the games there for you. But get out to the gym and support these kids and watch some great basketball today. Have a amazing day. Enjoy if you get time off, enjoy it. I'd say play in the snow, but I don't think we're going to get much of that. And we'll be back with a brand new show bright and early tomorrow. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND or Roswell.